recording
Yeah.
for 40 solid minutes.
That's pretty frustrating.
Yeah.
When I did an MRI recently, they had headphones with music. They had a
No, none of
Pandora
that
mix.
bollock. Well, I can't because I've got to listen to dickhead going hold your breath every time.
Well, they could maybe put them one in one ear, one the other.
Yeah, maybe, who knows. So yeah, I've got that to go through again tomorrow, and then
that
halfway
sounds
through you go, right, we're going to put the whatever it is, the fucking contrast fluid in you now, and you'll feel like you've wet yourself. Oh, great.
Yeah. You should actually pee yourself and be like, hey, it did
Hey,
feel
it
like
was
that.
right. I really did pee myself.
Now you're in trouble because you have to clean out the machine.
Yeah,
urine. Get it? Urine.
You're in trouble. I like that. It's a good pun. It's pretty good for you.
It's brilliant. Took me 6
It's
weeks
actually
to
a
come
pun I understood for once. You know, normally you make these puns and we have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. You need to get your Brody's notes.
So yeah, so hopefully I might find out some stuff, whether it's improved or not tomorrow. Well, not exactly tomorrow, but from
You better
tomorrow.
find out something, otherwise MRI is a waste of time.
But it was funny, right? Because she phoned me up and she went, this was on Wednesday or Thursday. I weren't meant to be having this until the summer sometime. He'd said, oh, we won't do the MRI till the summer because there's a big waiting list for that. So I was like, oh, all right then. So the phone call and the woman went, hi. I'm like, hello. And she's like, I'm just phoning from Blackpool Hospital. Are you available for an MRI on the 3rd? So I was like, all right, 3rd of what? Thinking she meant like, June, July. And she went, no,
crazy.
this Monday, the 3rd, this Monday. And I went,
hello?
This Monday? I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And I said, well, I wasn't meant to have this till the summer. And she went, well, we got your stuff through today and we've had a few cancellations. So if you're available, there you go.
Why not?
The NHS working at its good stuff. There you go, you see.
Yeah.
I'm glad I rushed.
Yeah, shut up. Are you ready?
That done.
Are we ready?
We're streaming.
Are we streaming?
Yeah. Why don't you look at the website?
I don't know. I'm not looking at anything. I'll do what you tell me. Who do you
I'm
think
ready.
you
Are you
telling
ready,
me what to
Chinny?
do?
Shut up. Chinny, are you ready? Stu, are you ready?
Of course.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Here it comes, baby. Come on. Let's do it.
Talk. I am talking. You let me talk. Can I talk for once?
To the veteran gamers, Juju, Chinny, other fellas will tell you about every single game that you play this week.
Hey, what happened?
Reviews and an indie pick.
That's
Story time
suspicious.
and Chinny's game breakers.
That's
Here comes Juju
suspicious.
with the soundbite saviors.
That's suspicious.
I got it off beat a little bit right there.
It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers.
It's very strange what Eric hits like as a sound effect.
That was a sound effect that totally threw me then, that did. Oh my god.
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Maybe people should think before they speak. Hello and welcome to episode 691 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yay, 691. What up, people? We're back to our normal routine.
We are everything. I'm Stu, by the way.
Yep.
Yippity yip.
And that's Chinny.
There he is.
We're a little late going here, but that's okay. We're rolling and we're happy and everything's groovy.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, we are.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Chinny's in his seat. I'm in my seat. Duke's in the place he always is because he's always there. He's never been in a different
And I
seat
got a big stack of papers to grade.
And he's back to normal.
Grades are due on Friday. I am so far behind. Look at all this shit. I don't even know which class these are for. These papers right here, I got a grade. I don't even know what class. That's step one, is looking up what class they're for.
Can I just say, by the way, I've had a bit of
an
epiphany this week.
Ooh, an epiphany.
Yeah, I have.
What's that? It sounds like a story.
COVID is not real, I've decided.
Ooh.
It's time for a story, it's time for a story. A very special story, especially for you. It's time for a story, it's time for a story. Sit down and listen now, don't be a Jew.
Stu's Conspiracy Corner. Go ahead.
I think the conspiracy theorists are correct. It's not real. I think it's
Kanye, man. You're like
completely made up. No.
What are you talking about?
No, the reason being, right, I've not been ill, barely at all. So I had COVID last week, as you know.
Had COVID last week.
I was isolating. I didn't really get any symptoms till Monday. So I was tested positive on Friday. But
so therefore, COVID's not real.
No, listen, hear me out, right? I had no sore throat. Right, I had no coughing, so I've not coughed at all, and yeah, all I had literally was a bit of a snotty nose and a bit of a headache, and that was it. Now, yeah, I think these new strains, man, I don't think they're real. I think it's all made up.
Or science has done an amazing job inoculating you to the worst effects of this virus, and that's a wonderful thing. Thank heaven for the scientists.
Well, inoculated, no, I ain't that stuff injected in me. I don't want Bill Gates listening to what I'm doing, man. Injecting all those, listening devices into me bloodstream and stuff. No way, man. That's not me.
I just want to make sure you had the booster, right?
Yeah, I've had everything you can have.
Right, fair enough. Making sure that you're not committing to the bit over and beyond, like, okay. Yeah,
No,
I get
I've
it.
had
It's cute,
everything.
right?
But no, actually, I was very thankful that I wasn't ill hardly at
Well, yeah.
all.
That's
So
a great
yeah,
thing.
I was expecting to be really ill because I was really ill last time, but this time it was pretty fine. Really, I could have worked. I was fine to work, but obviously I'm not allowed to go in. So
Best of both worlds. You didn't have to work, and you didn't feel terrible.
no, but I did have to isolate in my bedroom upstairs for
Well,
the
yeah,
last
but
7
I mean,
days.
it could have been worse. Imagine isolating and feeling miserable.
And good news is, no touch wood, nobody else caught it, so it worked. Isolating myself worked. So Kate's
Yeah.
fine, Millie's
Whoop,
fine,
whoop,
boyfriend. By the way, Adam has still never had it, so he's still completely never had
Is that
COVID
Millie's
ever.
fella?
Yeah, never had COVID. He's been exposed to it. He's been here, there, and everywhere. All his family's had it. He's never had it. So who knows? Immune. He's immune to it. So there you go. Anyway, how are you? Anyway, Chinny, you're back in your room. You've got your computer set up. You've got your mic.
Didn't it all go so swimmingly?
It was smooth.
Wasn't it smooth
as a bald head. That's what it was.
Literally the last minute I've wired all this together. But I feel like you've got to wire it together to know why you don't want it that way. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I've got to put it all together, just kind of go, don't want it like that.
Sure.
Yeah, you look vexed, I've got to say. You look
I'm
vexed,
more, not vexed, more sort of like perplexed.
Yeah, well, a bit of both.
Bit about because I'm just like, I think my monitors are a bit too close to me.
Oh, well, do you know what the actual official distance of a monitor should be from your face?
17 feet.
Not this close.
It should be when you're sat in your office chair. You should be able to hold out your hands and just touch it.
Well, no.
Hey, I'm actually pretty good right there. Look, it's my hand right there.
Yeah,
this
so
one's okay.
Ah,
This one's okay.
Yeah, you should
doing it great,
basically just
according
be
to
able just about
Stu's
touch it.
made up rules.
No, it's real. It's
No,
good.
it's not. It's not made up.
It's not made up.
I'm just kidding. I don't believe it's made up. I'm just joking.
It's not made up.
Just jokes.
So there you go.
Mad jokes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm at the moment I'm using my mic stand, which will change. I'm doing this, but
And holding it way too close.
yes. So yeah, I will.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Sounds
gonna
great.
get like
the
a
stream's great. Everything's
stand. I'm gonna get like a stand where the mic is independent
A
from the desk.
stand.
So like every
like
time I
this one,
tap
I
the
got-
desk, you can hear it. So it's like
great. Yeah.
Yes, we can. That is
Yeah.
true.
I have that
so-
same problem. Not too bad, but
no. So I'm gonna have like an independent stand for
Yeah.
the mic.
So, Chinny, right? And I
Hmm.
know you're a busy man,
Yeah.
but I'm going to get you to try. Well, I'm going to try and get you to commit to something for next week.
Well, it will be easier because my consoles are now set up. They're on display.
It's not a game. It's not game related. Well,
my-
it is sort of
my
game, but not game
consoles-
related.
My consoles are on display now. They're
Oh,
like
you're on
Yay.
display.
over there.
Chitty's
Whereas
back, baby.
They're all used to
Chitty's
be like hidden in my old office. They used to be like behind the monitors and stuff because I had no room for them. But
Yeah.
now they're on like a cabinet.
Cabinet.
So it's nice.
But anyway, this is what I want you to commit to for next week: is to finish the Last of Us TV show, and we can talk
I
about
would
it.
vote for that as well.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's very
What
That's
do
a
you
lot
know?
of watching, though.
That's very selfish of you. Like you're being very selfish
Why?
he
I'm giving
wants
you
to
a
be able to
whole-
discuss
because you expect me to achieve something that you couldn't do.
What do you mean I couldn't do?
You
What?
can't. How many episodes of The Last of Us are there?
8.
8
So you expect me to do 4?
That's
In a
all.
week.
Yes.
1 week.
Yeah.
That's one every other night. That's
Yeah, I think that's pretty
mean,
fair.
Given my
Do you
cur-
have like TV time in the evenings?
given my current lifestyle, that's going to prove difficult.
So
Just
maybe
gonna
2
prove
weeks
it.
from tonight, then you can get.
2
month?
weeks. 2 weeks
How
will
much
be
do you need?
possible. 2
How
weeks.
long do
let's
you
go for
fucking
that
need
then.
to watch 4 episodes of telly,
Or
for God's
Stu can
sake?
keep browbeating you until
Oh
you
my
say, "Fuck, you, I'm
God!
not
I'll
gonna do
tell
it
you,
for
this
4
guy
months."
has no fucking commitment to anything.
I love how like last week, by the way. I remember like when Duke finished The Last of Us, and Stu was like, whoa, don't spoil it. You can't talk about it.
Don't talk about it.
How dare you? You can't do that.
Oh, come on, hurry up and watch. Oh wait, no, I didn't.
And then he watches it and he goes, you can spoil it now. And I'm like, whoa.
I'm giving you a week, man. What's your problem?
Giving me a week. I only had the internet on Tuesday.
What's that got to do with the price of it? You could have watched 2
nobody
episodes
cares.
by now.
No,
Just make
with
some
my
notes,
current
Stu, so you don't forget
lifestyle, I can't watch it.
Can I say you look like a mad scientist at the moment as well?
Yeah, my hair's pretty long at the moment. It's pretty.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
pretty.
Sexy.
Looking pretty sexy, yeah, I've got to say.
Yeah.
A bit of Timotei.
All right.
on
Does
that.
anybody
Oh
have
my
an
God.
actual story? I don't have any actual stories. I guess we had this thing called the pre-ACT because there's this academic competency test. I don't remember what ACT stands for in the U.S. It's the big test everyone takes, and we did it like a month ago. And then this past week we had to have the pre-ACT to get the 9th and 10th graders. Give them some test anxiety, and everything went wrong with the computers.
Oh, no.
All the kids couldn't log in. It was such a nightmare. So, but here's the thing. Throughout the whole process, I'm telling the kids, like, okay, look, this is frustrating. And they don't get to have their cell phones. They don't even get to have books because the company's so scared that they're going to be cheating. So they're like, you can't have this. You can't have that.
Of
No
course they're going to
watches, no
cheat.
this."
That's what kids do if you give them the
They're
opportunity.
not going to write it on a book. Like, if
Yeah,
they
they
have a
probably will.
book, like, kids have so few books now that if they had a book, and besides, we can have books in the room and just be like, here, just take a book and read it.
There was
while
a
you're waiting.
kid at our
The
school,
one day,
right?
no,
Listen,
stop,
no,
no,
listen, listen.
no. The one day the kids don't have their cell phones, and we also say they can't have books. Like, God.
But anyway, there was a kid at our school that tried to write stuff down on the inside of his pocket of his trousers. So when he
Yes,
was doing his
well-
exam, he pulled his pocket out so he could try and read what he'd written there.
See, the difference
Oh,
is
cool.
that's an
Obvious.
exam he knows is coming and he knows what's going to be on it. The ACT is very, and this isn't even like a real exam. This is just a practice thing. Anyway, the point is, the whole time I was telling him, look, this is frustrating, but this too shall pass. Let's all just be aware of how we're feeling and just let go of the tension and frustration. This is going to be over soon. You'll look back and laugh, yada, yada, yada. That day, at the end of the day, I get an email from one of the students that was in my room thanking me for how I proctored the test. Who the hell sends an email thanking someone for how you proctor a standardized test? It was very thoughtful of him.
Job
So I
well
was very
done, though. You should, you
Yeah,
know,
it was job well done. I
accept
felt very proud of myself.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
So
why you
anyway,
don't-
that was the big excitement this past week, and I was so worn out that I couldn't be grading papers like I should have been at the end of the day, and so now I'm behind, and grades are due Friday. So, but
Blah.
whatever, it's all good. Chinny, you feeling set up in your home? What percentage of your home would you say is set up now?
I would say I'm probably still around about 67%.
Yeah, that's pretty specific.
Yeah.
There's a specific amount of setting up.
So yeah, we've got a living room, but we haven't really like got the living room stuff out. The TV's out.
Right.
The internet works. Like when the internet was installed on Tuesday, Taro said we won't talk to each other tonight because why should we? We spent
Well, yeah.
6 weeks.
We got
talking
all
to
the
him.
talking out of our systems.
We also got a kitchen table this week, which is something
nice.
that we've never had a kitchen table before, so I'm sorry if that sounds a bit sort of weird, but like we've never had a kitchen table, so we've been
All good.
sitting and eating our meals there, and we ate food today on the kitchen table, so that was exciting. So basically, my life this week has been putting together furniture in the kitchen here, and we've been out all day yesterday, and then when I came back, I said, it was about, what was it time? It was about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And Tara was tired. I was a bit tired. I was like, let's have a little nap. Let's have a 40-minute nap. And we woke up at 9 o'clock at night. All right.
Oh no.
And then we, so I was like, well, I'm going to do all the stuff upstairs because I need to do that before tomorrow's show because they're only going to fucking moan.
You
and
think?
One of us more than the other, but
so
yeah.
then,
Hey, get out. You'd have been fucking losing your shit if Chinny hadn't got his PC set up. Don't even give me none of that.
So then so I set it up, and then it's like Tara rang me, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. She's like, "Are you aware it's 3 o'clock in the morning?" I was like, "No, I was not aware because I'm not tired."
Go to sleep.
And I was like, "Yeah, I should go to sleep." And then busy all day today, and then setting this up today. That was pretty much my my week. It's it's fun. It's getting there though. Obviously, the office is getting there. We've got the kitchen is done. Basically, the kitchen is fine. We didn't have to do anything with the kitchen. It's fairly new, so that's fine. So now we've got a kitchen table. That's okay. Living room just needs just a bit of decor, not decorating, just decor. Just needs to be sort of like pictures need to be put up and stuff like that. So that's not too bad. Yeah, and Tara's bought an exercise bike. It was Tara's birthday last week.
Yes.
So I got her an exercise bike. I still haven't put that together. I said I would. Still haven't done that. So yeah, that's basically everything. But it's good to get the internet back. The first thing we did was watch The Last of Us. So we watched episode, I think it was episode 4.
Well, if you said you had 4 to go, so that means you got
Yeah.
5.
Well, apparently there's 9 episodes. There's Harley Dan's in the chat.
Yeah, that's what Dan
Oh,
said.
there is actually.
James is in
And
the
just
chat.
general impressions so far, Chinny, of the.
It's fine. It's all right. Yeah, I preferred episode. I can't remember what. I don't know what happened in it really.
3, the one with the 2 dudes.
No, it
Everyone
was
likes
the
the
one
2
after
dude
that.
episode.
Yeah.
Well, that's episode 4.
yeah.
That's the
What
one you
happened
just
in
watched.
that? They
Is that the one where they did the DLC?
No. Is that not the one where they end up in the town with the psycho woman?
Yeah, they drive. Yeah, they drive into a town,
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's a psycho woman episode.
and it ends with seeing that little kid who, I think his name is Sam.
Oh yeah.
Oh
no,
yeah,
I
of
don't-
course.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and Tara's
Big
like,
moment in the game.
Tara's like, who was that? And I went, I wouldn't get attached to that character because I know what happens with that one.
right.
Yeah, and from what I've heard, like I haven't heard loads of stuff, but from what I heard, like it sticks pretty much to the game.
Yeah, it
so.
does.
Yeah, it does. It does pretty
Sorry,
much.
I just gave it kind of spoiler. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
that.
So no, I've already heard that anyway. That it sort of
Okay,
sticks to the
fair.
game. So I'm not really.
How can I ask you a question? How's Tara finding it being a non-gamer watching this? Then what's her opinion?
I just feel like she's sort of kind of likes it. The reason why she wants to watch it is because she listens to this podcast called Shits and Gigs, and it's these 2 funny guys that and they're sort of going through it, and she's like, oh, now I really want to watch it. She wasn't that interested before because she was like, I'm done with zombies, don't care.
Yeah. Don't blame me.
As soon as she found out it was zombies, she was quite liking the first episode. And then as soon as she found out it was zombies, she was
didn't
like,
know it was zombies.
yeah, she was like, I don't know about this. But she
don't
does,
blame her.
but she does like Pedro, so she likes looking at Pedro.
Well, yeah, he's great.
So
She likes looking at Pedro.
yeah,
Who
she
doesn't
likes
like
looking at Pedro, so she likes that. She likes the young girl. She's
Take away the R, and that's a very different sentence.
so, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it is.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah, I'll tell her that next time she likes. I love
Yeah.
Pedro. I was like, you.
I didn't hear the R. Sorry.
So yes, it's all right. It's fine. Like I think, yeah, and like all the gamers are like, oh, finally something that we like is credible, But it's probably better than your average TV show, isn't it? It's
Oh, yeah, totally.
It's definitely.
Well, it's got a hell of
the
a-
Duchess
it's
really
got a
liked
hell
it
of a
for the
review
record.
scores.
She was the Duchess was really invested in. Like, I can't wait for season 2 because I really would love to talk.
I
more
don't
about
think
all
they'll do. I think they'll pussy out. Doing
No, they do it. No, it's already been confirmed.
No.
season 2.
I don't think they will do to Joel
they're gonna
what they did to
keep
in the
it-
game.
Yes, they
Exactly.
will.
They
They
won't.
definitely will because they can't not.
I think.
That's the
I
whole
think.
pivot of the story. They
I
have to-
think they will pussy out because
No, I don't think they
They've
will.
done.
And then-
They've. Here's all I'll say about it. They've kept so close to the game so far.
Yeah,
I'd be very surprised. if
I'd
they
be
But
very
but wouldn't
shocked.
that be like
even,
a
even I mean, I don't want
No.
to talk about it until you're done, but like there's things about the very final moments that are
yeah?
they
But
talked about doing
I'm sort of in the camp of like they've got to keep Pedro because everybody loves Pedro, right? So now it becomes political, right? So it's like, yeah, we've got to keep Pedro. Everybody loves him.
Alec
He's
Guinness is a
bit
great actor, but they.
I mean,
they
we've got to be
offered Star
careful,
Wars Episode
but
4.
yeah, I mean, we've got to be careful, but it's so pivotal to the story. They can't not
of course.
do it. They can't not do it.
I'm sort
and
of
it-
hoping they don't. 'cause
it'll be
then
early on.
It'll be,
I
it'll
also
be pissing
think-
off everyone.
Well, no, but that's the whole point. I also think
Yeah.
that they'll split the second game into 2 seasons. I would have thought.
Well, I remember you saying that, and I've heard
Yeah.
that.
Well, I don't even think season 2 will be the game 2
Of course, it will. It has
see.
to be.
because there's 6 years between the 1 and 2 game.
There is. I mean, they could drag it out, but
I hope they stay close. There's no way.
Yeah. No, my understanding is from what Neil Druckmann has said is that they're gonna stick pretty much to the game. So I don't
That's
think
my buddy, man. He and I are like.
Well, yeah, it's Duke's friend, isn't it?
I don't think there's going to be an in-between series or any of that, any filler stuff. I think they're just going to do the game.
Well, I disagree, but I did say to Tara, Neil is. I said to Tara, like, Duke wrote a thing and Neil Druckmann replied and said how good it was, and she was genuinely very, very impressed by that, Duke. She was like, "Wow, really?" I was like, "Yeah, like he wrote a thing and he said it was really thoughtful and well written." And she was like, "Wow,
described the game better than we could."
Yeah, he did.
So
anyway, enough about how awesome I am. We watched Wakanda Forever. And, it's good. I really liked it. I did think it's the first one was half of Wakanda fighting the other half of Wakanda, which is fine, but whatever. And then this new one is, spoilers for those who haven't seen Wakanda Forever, it's indigenous people fighting African people. And and they make jokes here and there about like, oh, the colonizers in chains, which is fine. But I don't know, it would be nice to see Africans going up against Europeans. Like, that's the nature of the conflict, for it to always be, I don't know. I would like to see an actual intercontinental war that's not just oppressed people versus oppressed people. But that's my only critique, really. Great movie, awesome visuals, very good acting all around. And then we watched a movie called Ingrid Goes West. Y'all know Aubrey Plaza?
Yeah, from Parks and Rec.
She does Parks and Rec. Yeah, she's great. She's really good in it. It's a very interesting story about this young lady who basically is obsessed with social media, and she finds this person who's got like lots and lots of followers on Instagram, and she basically moves to LA after her mother dies in order to like be near her and make her her friend. And it's really creepy and weird, and
I
it's
think
good.
I've heard of that actually.
It's worth a look. So, not perfect, but very good.
Oh.
There you go. I also watched something very credible this week.
We will talk about video games soon, people. Don't worry. Go ahead, Stu.
On Ray My Takeaway, he ate a 30-inch pizza, can I just say?
That's a pretty big pizza.
It's the biggest pizza in the UK, apparently.
Who ate it?
Ray My Takeaway. I mean, I've gone down this Rate My Takeaway rabbit hole.
See, you said that like I should know what that is.
Oh, he's massive, but he's massive on YouTube.
I'm sure he is. But you know who else is massive? Fucking everyone else.
Yeah, he is.
Kanye West.
But he's a really funny guy. He's a bit like Peter Kay rating takeaways, and he takes his own little table and chairs, and he sits outside, and they bring it to him, and it's just hilarious. But he did a place actually that I can't believe when the next time you come up this neck of the woods, we'll go. There's a place near us called Coco's Soul Food, and it is just brilliant food. It's just so good. But he did there recently, so that's how I found him in the first place, because he'd obviously done one local to us. That's
and they had a little sign in the window, as seen on Rate My Takeaway.
Rate My Takeaway, but he gave him a 10 out of 10. But one of the funniest ones, he did the £1 burger in Blackpool. That's a decent one to watch, because that's just hilarious. So he's a funny guy. I'm not sure whether he's from Bolton or whether he's Yorkshire or whatever, but whatever he is, he's a pretty funny guy, and he ate 13 pieces. So there you go. Give him a look. Rate My Takeaway on YouTube.
All right, now we're ready to move on, because we've been talking about other things for a long time, and now it's time for video games.
Story time's over, isn't it?
What you been playing?
What you been playing? What you been playing?
All right, who's going first?
I don't know. What about Chinny? I bet he's played loads this week.
I did panic and be like, okay, I haven't got a game to talk about. I'll find some weird indie game, right?
All right, okay.
And I found one, and it's very, very weird. So stick with me, all right?
Okay.
And I don't know what possessed me, but
not like you, this Chinny.
The game, it's a 2D sort of side-scrolling game, and you have to. It's kind of like Overcooked. Right, but in 2D. I haven't written the name yet. And you have to. The concept is that your wife is pregnant, and you have to run around and you have to do all jobs and stuff. So like, yeah.
This is the weirdest thing I think you've ever played.
Yeah, because I'm playing it in real life.
Oh my God! Congratulations!
Oh my God!
What?
Holy shit,
the
Chinny, that's
fuck?
awesome! Yay! Congratulations!
Oh my
Chinny and
God!
Tara.
What a way to drop it!
You
though.
got us,
Holy
man. You got
shit,
us.
you did. Do you know what? Right
Now
And
you can't say shit about how he hasn't played games.
Thank
Stu.
you.
I've got to just say,
Yeah.
can I just say, Duke's face then was nearly as good as my face when I met Duke. So you've got to get that picture because honestly,
We were
the-
just
the
talking about this
expression
at
shows
breakfast,
was amazing.
brunch today. The Duchess was like, "Are they gonna have kids?" I was like, "Yeah, pretty sure." It was like, and I said, "I wonder if this move to the new place is like a step in that direction of
Yeah.
like, getting a nest."
Can I
going."
just ask? I'm assuming you've hit the 12-week mark, hence why you're telling us.
Correct.
Yeah, man, that's good.
How far? How many weeks? 12.
She's 14 now.
Wow.
So
Oh,
awesome.
Another
Congratulations.
question. Are you gonna do a
No.
awful
No,
fucking
no,
gender reveal
no,
bullshit?
no.
Thank
But
you,
it could be so
thank
much fun
God.
though. What
No,
if you had a
fuck
video game
off.
system?
What we're gonna do
and
instead
boot it
is
up
we're gonna
into
start.
right
What we're gonna do is we're just gonna start a forest fire straight away.
Yeah, I like that. Are you
Just
gonna
jump
find
right
out?
over the
Because
party.
honestly, it's so much fun not knowing.
Yeah,
Can I
no,
just
no,
say?
we're not gonna know. No, we're not gonna.
And
know.
let the kid
Brilliant.
decide for
I love
themselves.
you, Chitty. I want to
Like
kiss
that
you
thing
right
in the
now. 'cause
meaning
I
of
love you.
life. Like that's actually kind
Yeah.
of true.
So many
now.
people
The
are
boy or
so
girl, like,
obsessed with what they're gonna get, and I'm
So-
like,
yeah.
just
yeah.
So when I
I'm
say
surprised.
when I say I was busy yesterday and today, what I meant was running around doing everything for her.
Actually,
but also,
I
that's
feel-
awesome.
Can I just say I feel a bit bad now,
Yeah.
so I will let you off.
but also like yesterday we
Hey,
went-
no better time ever to play this.
Maybe people should think before they speak.
Yeah,
Maybe
you don't
they
know what
should.
people are going
I
through.
know
Yeah.
you do not.
So,
it's
like-
absolutely true.
But she's I mean she's doing well. So everybody who wants to know, she's doing well. She's she's starting to show a little bump now. She's got a little bump
Yeah.
there.
Well, will do.
We had the scan.
Oh, you've seen the peanut then?
We've seen. Shall I see if I can get a screenshot?
Yeah,
about
show us
that?
a screenshot of the peanut.
And
Aw.
yeah, I think it's a boy. By the way, so
Look,
shall we?
don't guess.
No,
don't
no,
guess.
no. We
Gut
should guess.
feeling.
Okay.
No, we should
Oh,
guess.
Okay.
Like, what do you think? Because we all think it's a boy. Like, because there's so many
I
girls
think
in the
You
in the
would
family.
suit a little girl somehow. I don't know why. I just
Well,
think
you know.
I don't know.
Obviously,
Because you're not, you're not really a footy bloke.
let's
are
let's
you?
do
You
the
know what I mean?
cliche. Let's do the cliche of like, I don't care what if it's a boy or girl. Do you know what I mean? I don't
No,
care.
that's the
Right,
best way
right.
to be.
Obviously, I don't care. But
A baby is all you want.
but yeah, you know what would you say in the chat? What do you say in the chat? So you're going girl, Stu? Is that
Yeah,
your...
I think a girl would suit you better. I just don't think you're a blokey enough bloke for
Yeah,
a
but
boy.
I would have a
hate to say
nerdy
that.
boy, wouldn't I, if I had a boy? Like,
Well, that is true. But you can have a nerdy girl.
of course you
That
can.
is so-
But I'm
so
just
true.
saying, like
That's
that's
true.
not the reason, like, not to have a boy.
No,
like,
no, I
like
guess.
a nerdy boy. Duke, are you gonna?
I'm gonna go gender fluid. I think this kid's gonna be like, I'm
Yeah.
confused to pick one end of the binary or the other.
Yeah.
I'm a person, and fuck all y'all. My pronouns
They're,
are
so
what?
they're
Fuck
not gonna
you.
have any genitals at all.
No
Also-
genital.
So yeah, fair enough.
genitals. It's about gender. This is a little different.
Whatever.
Let's not go down that road. I'm not.
Yeah, let's not
I'm
go
go
down
down
that
that rabbit
rabbit
hole.
hole.
doing that.
No, we're not.
So yeah,
But that's very awesome news. Where are we in the spectrum of people you've told? Are we like the last ones you've told, or like you're gonna call Tara's parents soon and tell them?
No. We-
That would be brilliant. Oh, I
We,
told the guys on the podcast before
Yeah.
you.
yeah.
I told YouTube, and then I told.
This is
yeah.
this is pretty much like not the last people to tell,
You
but
love
like
us the least. So
no, it's
we
not.
don't
It's
want-
because it's
I'm
this is
just
a
kidding, I'm
this
just
is a
kidding.
public forum, isn't it? You know, like,
I know,
I'm
I
sort
know,
of
I know.
saying it. This
Yeah.
is my sort of way of saying like to
Right,
everybody,
right.
like this is it.
Yes.
So we
You're
told
now fully public with the news.
we told the family in a fun way. So what I did was I make a Christmas video every year, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I sort of all the family was around Tara's house around about February for Nathaniel's birthday, and I managed to sort of convince them that I needed to take a picture and it would transition to like
Nice.
Christmas or something. I managed to sort of like, oh, can we need to take this picture for this Christmas video? I forgot to do it. So what I did was I set up the phone and I said, I'm going to count down, then it's going to take a picture. And then when I said 2, I said Tara's pregnant. So I filmed everybody's reaction to me telling
nice.
the news.
That's
so
awesome.
I'll send you that video when after the show. But yeah, so that's
No, that'd be cool.
and then when like nobody is more excited than my dad. Nobody.
Oh, I bet he is.
My
I know your
dad-
dad so well. I bet he's so
No,
excited.
my dad is.
Oh.
He is excited. He's reading up on stuff. He's like,
Oh,
yeah,
bless
he
him.
loves it. He can't.
Oh
He
my god.
texts his Taurus like, should be the size of an olive now, and you know all this stuff.
I can
Now-
totally imagine that.
Yeah.
But this
he loves
isn't
it.
his first grandkid, obviously.
No,
right? He
no,
really
but
has
it's been
kids.
a while for him.
Yeah, okay.
Uh,
fair.
put it this way,
And he
the,
likes being a grandpa.
the twins, you know, Jimmy and Madeline, who have been on this show.
Yeah.
Jimmy has been on this show.
Yes,
Yeah.
Jimmy
have.
is now 18 years old.
I know, it's fucking
Oh my
crazy.
God.
Yeah, so it has
That's
been
insane.
a while since since he's had a grandkid, and I think he's
He's ready for another one.
without getting into the politics, like Tara's sort of you know, it sounds bad, but it's not. But basically, my dad and Tara always text each other. He's very close to Tara, so I feel like he's like really going to be involved with this
That's
one.
very
Not that my brother wasn't involved and didn't include him, but he's a lot more closer to Tara
Yeah,
than he
sure,
was
sure.
my brother's then wife.
gotcha.
So yeah, I feel like he's well up for it.
Aw.
So yeah,
Yeah.
and so
Oh,
when I say I was out all day yesterday, what I meant was
Yeah.
I was out at like one of these sort of second-hand baby sales where they sell all this.
Yeah.
And honestly, the bargains, like you know, the bargains we were getting, like things that are 30 quid, 15 quid, they're like £1, £2. And I was like,
It's
"All right."
unbelievable how expensive
Awesome.
babies are. They
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So much money.
So, but you know, like I'm 37 now, so I
I
am.
can't believe you're 37.
I'm
That just
37.
sounds so old. When you
Yeah.
say it like that, I'm like, shit, are you really
Yeah.
37?
I had a right
Holy cack.
I had a right compliment today because somebody said like, "Oh, it's my birthday tomorrow." This guy said it's his birthday tomorrow. I was like, "Oh, right, okay." Like, and I said, "How old are you?" And he says, "I'm 37." And I said, "Oh, you're going to be the same age as me." And he was like, "Oh, I didn't think you were that old. I didn't think you were old. Look, I didn't think you were older than me." I was like, "Oh yeah, right." So I still got it.
believe you're
But
37,
yeah,
Jesus
37. So
Christ.
I'm like getting to the point now.
You're
where
nearly 40.
I know.
Holy crap, Chitty.
I
You're
know,
nearly
it's-
40.
It's like on 30 Rock, man. Here, I don't know if I can
Do you know
find the
what's
sound.
quite unbelievable? I met you when you were 21, I think. or
22, I think.
21,
Yeah,
22.
Yeah, I think he was 22.
It's just, it's
See-
hard to believe I've known you so long.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
it's mad. So yeah, I did the Seal podcast on Friday, and I didn't announce it on the show. I wanted to announce it on this show, but when we finished that show, I did tell Fraser and Neil because
Nice.
I did tell them. So yeah, so everybody knows now. Everybody in my gaming family knows. So thank you very much.
Sure.
Yay.
But Tara's doing well. I will. We're not that bothered. I'm not like sort of anti posting it on social networks. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like going to be one of those.
But
parents
you're
that-
also not thirsty for.
But yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
also like, you know what? Like my social network now is my family group WhatsApp. That's
Yeah,
basically like
sure.
all I care about.
Yeah.
So I don't really have any desire to put it on. Tara says maybe one day we'll just post a picture when the kid's like 6 and like, oh yeah, we've got a kid.
I like that.
So,
No, that's just-
so what I did, Tara said, how are you going to tell Duke and Stu? And I was sort of debating how to do it, and I was like,
Planning it for
if
weeks.
if I had the like, if I had the patience.
To just wait till he's born. And
I
hold it up.
would have just gone. "Look, 1 sec, I've just got to pick something up."
That
That's
would
like
be
Ron
amazing.
Swanson on Parks
Yeah.
and Rec. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
That
over
would
there's
have
my
been
baby.
Yeah, that's
absolutely
right, yeah.
brilliant.
Ron is a baby.
Yeah.
Ron is a
Can you
baby.
imagine?
Yeah, so that's what I would have done, but no, I just
Oh,
can't. I can't miss the opportunity to talk about how
No,
funny
but
it
it
is.
would have been that would have
And
been so brilliant.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's a great concept just in and of itself.
So, safe to say, but that isn't the reason why I haven't been playing video games. By the
Well,
way,
it's
like,
one reason.
it's one
well,
reason,
it
but
is-
like,
And
a
Stu gets
reason.
to shut the fuck up for the next like
All
2 years,
right,
basically.
whatever.
In terms of why haven't you been playing games? Because the kid woke us up at 3 a.m. and
Yeah.
shit in the bed.
But-
That's
Hey,
why.
I
But-
never used that excuse when I was playing games. Well, you were. Well, we weren't even doing this when Millie
Yeah, I
was a
bet because
baby.
Kay did 93% of the
No,
childcare.
get
no,
no.
Millie
Yeah.
was
Don't
like
you dare.
Millie was like 7 or something when
Yeah,
when
she
we
was-
did the show.
Yeah,
When I
no,
first met her.
was she that old?
Maybe a little bit younger. Maybe
I think
she.
she was
I
a
think
little
she
bit-
was
yeah,
6. I think
maybe
6.
6.
I vaguely remember her being
Well beyond
very,
nappies anyway.
very young,
Yeah.
but yeah, not too.
21 now. She's all
She's
grown up.
21. Yeah,
Man.
yeah, it's all.
And
frozen.
Antonio's 48, so like,
Yeah.
I know,
crazy
I
how
That's
know.
what
Yeah.
Even that blows my mind. Well, I think
Yeah.
how old Antonio
Yeah,
is now.
Yeah.
So there we go. Right. So thank you. So if you want to leave a message, like put it in our Discord or something, and I'll show them all to Tara and we'll read them. But and I can see the chat like Hardy, Dan, James, Ian, Soul Brother, Daniel. All those people in the chat.
And I should say, well done dropping the info so casually.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah, it was well done. I
realized
realised straight away it took Duke a second.
Yeah. Well, I was like getting very frustrated. It's like, God, they're so annoyed that I've just set up this PC. Right. But if honestly, like if they know, like
one of us more than the other.
And I listen. I'm not complaining about. I'm doing sort of more of the chores, I suppose, at the moment, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. I'm not complaining about doing any of that. I don't care about any of that stuff. Yeah. But like I was just getting frustrated that you two don't know, and I was really starting to get annoyed. Like I was like, oh, it's really annoying that they don't know, so I have to tell them. Hey. Thank you.
Oh,
thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh,
so
happy.
There we go.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I'll need to send you a picture.
Yeah, give big love to Tara, by the way.
I will do. Yes. I will do. Maybe I'll text her and say I told you, and she might come up, and I'll get her. But she said, "Are you going to tell him tonight? Are you going to tell him tonight?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll tell him tonight."
Oh, bless her.
So hold on, while Diane's there, I'll just put a picture in. I'm sorry for the audio listeners. I know this is like really like boring.
Describe it as you put the picture up.
Say again, sorry.
Describe it as you put the picture up. Just
So I'm flicking through the things. I found the picture and I'm sending it to the group. So now Duke and Stu should be able to see the little scan.
All right,
so, I mean, it's like every scan. It's like every scan you see. Yeah, it's just every scan that everybody sends. It's the black and white picture that everybody.
Can I just say it's got rather a big chin? Maybe it is Chinny's.
No, that's
kid. There you go. There you go. Chinny's kid. He's got a chin.
That is that. I think I'm Diane. Just so you know, I keep referring to it as a boy. I don't know why, but I just think it's a boy. And
because you're patriarchal, gender enforcing.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I've literally put him in a football kit and forced him to be.
I can put this on Twitter, right? It's okay if I put this on Twitter. Can I use it to prank my mom? Can I be like, "Hey, it's fine"?
No.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
That'd be very naughty.
I would hold off on putting it on
Twitter. I'm just kidding. I'm not posting it anywhere.
So yeah, I think that's its hand in front of its face there because I was surprised. I had to film a scan once, but the baby in the woman's belly wasn't really doing much. But this baby was wriggling around a lot, and I did because we have twins in our family. So I did. I said to the woman, I said, "Can you check around the back just in case there's like a,
a hidden one,
like a hidden baby?" And she said, "No, definitely."
It already hit the other twin.
Yeah, he burst out. So no, just the one. But everything's good. Everything's fine. Tara gets tired very, very quickly. Thank you, Diane. I will pass on that you came running.
She was waving the orange scarf.
He came running out from the farm, just running like this, like yeah. So I'll sorry.
When are you due?
Where we do? Apparently. The 24th of September is when the baby is due. But
that'll be what, Sagittarius?
I don't care because all that's
who
bollocks.
believes in all that
right?
bullshit?
But
yeah,
it means nothing because all those stars just went out a lot of years ago. But the I think it's going to be later. I think it's going to be sort of early October. I think. But hey. You can't control these things.
Time will tell.
I've just been making sure that Tara's been drinking plenty of water. She's not drinking enough water, so I'm just drinking her water to make
it's a time for celebration. And there was a request for the Duchess to beatbox at one point recently, so maybe there's a time for a celebration beatbox.
Yes, please.
Yeah, let's have that. Here we go.
She's froze.
Look at me.
She's froze.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Then you have to rap.
Oh yeah, okay. Hey, Chinny's having a baby, and it's not gonna say maybe.
Yeah, I think I just heard the baby say, "Please stop."
That's what the hand's for. Like, make it stop. No.
Doing that.
Thank you, Duchess.
Oh my God, that was funny.
Thank you, Diane. Bye.
She's so funny.
Yes. So yeah, all good. She's been really tired, but she's doing really well. I saw this TikTok of this woman. She's doing like deadlifts while she's pregnant and like lifting kettlebells. And then Tara's like, I can't pick up the laundry basket. I'm like, bollocks. Absolute bollocks.
Have you seen what this woman's doing?
See what this woman's doing? She's fucking lifting. She's
Tara doesn't
deadlifting.
have a real strong desire to be famous on TikTok. Then.
No. So and that's
How's
why
the kid gonna get famous on TikTok?
She wanted the exercise bike because like she can't control like what she wants to eat. You know, like one day she's like, I need a jacket potato, and then the next day she's like, I hate jacket potatoes. I never want to see a potato again. So she's been, she's obviously she's put on like baby weight and all that sort of stuff, but she's still looking great, obviously. But she just wants like an exercise bike to sort of like, I don't know. She feels like she can't get around.
The important thing is to be healthy, and never mind.
It
about
is
how,
important to be healthy.
The mother is supposed to be gaining weight in order to take care of
Absolutely.
the baby,
So yeah, so she's good. I'll see if I can get her to come up, but no, actually I won't because it's like 2 flights of stairs. Every time she comes up,
maybe
she's like,
a little
God.
video for next time you play.
Yeah.
It for
Yeah.
There we go.
It's all good.
So all right, that's baby talk over. You know, maybe there'll be.
So let's just clarify. You haven't played any games.
I have not played any games, but this should be the last week of that. Because things have set up
Whether
now.
it is or not, you have a good reason.
I have a good reason now, but to be honest, like she does go to bed extremely early these days.
Hey, now we're talking.
Take advantage,
now you can play Furry Hitler and not get a ball.
So she does go to bed. She gets really, really tired, really, really quickly. So there probably is a good window, and excited. We'll have a baby section on the show where I'll just give you a quick update of like what's
baby
going
section update.
Shinny's baby updates.
But I won't bang on it about it too much, because I realise that people don't actually give a shit about other people's
We'll cut
babies.
you off if we feel it's getting tedious.
You know when people show you their pictures of their babies and you're like, I actually don't give a shit about your kid.
It's like Carl Pilkington said, it sounds like a fucking frog.
Yeah, like that's fine. So I get that.
Can I also just say, if I see the baby or you show us a picture before I see it in the flesh, and it's ugly, I will tell you. You know, I'm not gonna be. I ain't gonna be doing that sugarcoat. Oh, isn't it beautiful? If it looks a bit grim, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, that's
but
fine.
come on, Shinny's attractive, Tara's attractive. You know their baby's gonna be attractive.
Sorry.
Have a hot baby.
What is that?
I was a fat baby. I was a very fat baby.
Oh,
so
that's all right.
I reckon this baby's got to be thick. You know what I mean? I reckon
It's probably
this
going to be tall.
Right.
It's probably going to be tall, this baby.
this baby's going to roll out. You know what I mean?
It's going to come out like, I don't know, 4 foot.
Yeah.
Well.
Anyway, unfortunately, Libra, Soul says Libra, but unfortunately, no games for me.
Okay. Well, I think Stu has more than me, so you should go first, Stu.
Right, well, I will talk about a game called Light of Aurelia, something like that anyway. Aurelia, Light of Aurelia.
Games like this?
Which I came across because you know what? I haven't played anything weird and shit for a while.
That's true, actually.
It is true. It is true. And I thought, you know what? I'm letting the side down because people need to know about these tiny weird and shit games.
They don't. They really don't.
Shut up, you.
They don't.
So I had a little look. One I put in, for us to talk about as Play My Game Bitch this week, and then the other one I thought I'll just play this on my own.
I didn't want to call it that, but since you mentioned it,
and see what I think. Now, I can't say the animation isn't a slightly ropey.
This is a great lead into this discussion.
It's not the best, the way the character runs and moves around isn't. It's not awful. But it's not amazing.
It's not amazing.
The controls are a little bit jank, right? So sometimes you like try to run in a certain direction, then it doesn't quite go the way you're expecting and stuff.
So this is a third-person run around
kind of puzzle game.
Kind of looks like a little Breath of the Wild ish, but you're in.
It has a little bit of that, but it's kind of a little bit more like Journey, if I'm being totally honest.
Journey, but you're not like a piece of cloth. You're like a. Well, you do have cloth. You are wearing quite a lot of cloth.
You are wearing cloth, but you are a real person.
A real person.
And there are gods involved,
And you have total control of the camera. You can swing it 360
Yeah, you can swing it around wherever you like. And you have this little sand ship, which I've got to say, that control of that is great. It
Sand
moves
chip?
Sand ship. So a
Sand ship.
for the sand.
Something that glides on the sand.
It does. It glides around the sand, but a little bit journey-like. But the particle effects are great with the sand. It looks ace when you're sort of moving around. And then you sort of have these temples where you meet these gods, and you have to kind of there's stories in all these little tablets and stuff that you find.
Yeah.
And you've got to kind of solve these lights puzzles to progress through the game, which I've got to say are pretty good. I'm actually kind of
like
impressed.
It's coming from one spot and then you redirect.
Yeah, you've got to manipulate it to get it to unlock doors and stuff like that.
I got you.
It's
like
actually
Palace principle.
It's a bit like that. Yeah, it's pretty good. Actually, I was kind of impressed with this, more so than I thought it was going to be. It's fully voice acted as well, so the main sort of god characters all talk. And again, not awful. It isn't the worst voice acting I've ever heard. Yeah. And the game overall, for a little snippet of something just to have a go at, I actually think it's pretty good, and it's free. It's free to play, by the way, so you don't even have to pay for the privilege of giving it a go.
Cool.
So I don't know. What more can you ask for? It looks pretty good. The animations are a bit jank. The controls are a bit jank. But overall, it's not that bad. There you go.
Yeah.
Light of Alaria. Give it a go. It's on Steam.
Why not?
Free.
Have a look, kids. Yeah.
There you go. That's it.
All right. Well, as you all know, yesterday was the 1st of April, yeah?
Oh, yeah, it was.
And Rocket League, Psyonix couldn't just go a year without some kind of wacky April Foolsness. And I'll say they actually did the best thing I've ever seen in a video game for April Fools. One year, they made every hat like 300% as big as it normally is. So everybody who had a hat on their car, these hats were just gigantic. It took up the whole car. Like, it was so cool. I really like that April Fool's prank. This year, what they did was they replaced all the quick chats with other things. So, for instance, when you said in your quick chat, if you hit the button for I got it, instead the screen would say, in the chat, allow me. Right. Instead of defending, it would be I'll keep us safe. So they did all these cute little things. And then I think they took the 4 most common ones, which are like nice block, what a save, nice shot, and nice pass maybe. And they replaced them with never going to give you up, never going to let you down, never going to mess around and hurt you. Yeah, so it was pretty cute. They rickrolled everybody. It was fun for about 30 seconds, and then it got really annoying because there's no real communication going on all day yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, I would say I got it, and all my teammate would see is, allow me, allow me, allow me. And it's like, So whereas people normally ignore 90% of me saying I got it, and we end up double committing, yesterday it was 100%. Like, everybody was constantly double committing, and it was just really hard. It's weird how much you don't realize how dependent you are on the quick chats until they're suddenly not working right, So it was weird, but whatever. I'm still playing a lot of Rocket League. I am now firmly in the diamond land. Nobody cares, but it's true. I got my diamond reward for this season without even trying, to be honest.
Didn't even try.
Didn't even try.
He's that good. Talking about another game.
He does it one-handed now. Plays one-handed. He's that good.
Yeah. Let's talk about Helpless. We played this game.
Yeah, so we played a game called Helpless for our Play My Game Beat.
That Stu found. Sorry.
Yeah, I did. Another little indie game made by a student, by the way. Can I just say it? Montreal University, I believe.
Right.
So
and I wish I hadn't known that when I finished it. I wish I hadn't seen that on the game store game description page, because then I don't feel comfortable being cruel about this game. Because, it's just one dude, and I admire the initiative.
This is university project.
Yeah, it's not a piece. I shouldn't even say that.
It's not a piece of shit.
It's fine, but it's not a great game. It's just like your RV breaks down and you have to go look for a battery, and there's stuff going wrong, and I don't know, should we spoil it, like, in terms of the story?
I really don't think anyone's gonna give a shit about a little 30-minute indie game.
Like, it's all about your dad would be proud of you, and is the mom dying? Is that right?
I don't. Well, she's obviously ill. She's got an oxygen tank, so there's obviously something wrong with her. And it's
Like,
presumably
you
some
can't-
sort of post-apocalyptic world where it's extremely hot
everything's
during the
burned
day.
out and right, and it's like it's fine for what it is. It's just like there's just not much there. You know what I mean? Like you don't get to know the characters well enough to really get connected to them. The world is interesting enough, I suppose, but it's just a pretty generic, like deserted world. And you know, again, it's fine, but the story wasn't anything amazing. The dialogue, and you know, it's got options for the dialogue, but it's like it doesn't. I can't imagine it made any difference, right?
No, I can't imagine it makes any difference to the story as a whole.
So you know, if I knew the person, I'd be like, you know, yeah, good work. Like it's got a lot of polish, it's got a lot of, you know, spark and verve. But I never would have played this if you hadn't said. Let's play
No,
this.
I just thought it was a little bit different. I mean, I like a lot of the stuff going on in the game in terms of the design of it.
Yeah,
I was
design was fine.
very impressed with the heat haze. That looked really cool, you know, as you're walking through the town, and especially when it got really hot. And there's this really cool heat haze effect that they got, you know, to happen on screen, which I thought was really cool. I kind of liked the little story. I felt like it was kind of a little vignette of someone's, you know, struggle to survive in this hostile world where it's really hot all the time, you know, and having to stay in the shadows, and, you know, just like how difficult just little things are to do, like go and get a car battery in this kind of environment.
Well, but I mean, I guess I don't know. Find a car battery lying around today, it would also be difficult. Like,
well, no, you just go to the store and get one, don't you?
yeah, I know, but
in this world,
without going to a store, like it's just they're rare. They're usually not lying around, and obviously, in a post-apocalyptic world, there'd be a lot of cars that aren't functioning, and you would hope you could find one in one of those. But
well, yeah, but
they've been picked clean. So.
What you possibly don't realize either is that car batteries run flat very quickly in a car that's not
there's
used.
That as well, sure.
And especially in high temperatures. So obviously you would have to get a new one for it to be even working.
Right.
So I thought it was pretty cool.
I'm not mad that we played it. I just wasn't blown away.
Oh, I'm glad you're not mad.
Well, you know, sometimes I feel like my time's been wasted. I don't really feel like my time was wasted here.
And also, I think as well, it was that kind of, you know, like her letting go and letting him do stuff. You know, she'd obviously spent all her life protecting him and not letting him get into any sort of danger, and then realize that she can't do it anymore due to a condition, whatever that may be.
She's the one who's helpless now. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like it's that kind of
every story like this. That's The Last of Us. That's Walking Dead Part 1. That's every story that has an adult and a child.
I mean, this is probably
especially
like
post-apocalyptic ones.
This is probably somebody's dissertation student project.
Yeah, it probably is.
Well, yeah, it is.
To rip it apart is a bit
I'm not trying. That's what I said. I'm not trying to rip it apart. I'm just saying, like,
I think it's just a cool little story about this, you know, woman with a son, and he's having to do everything because she just can't anymore. I kind of liked it. I thought it was pretty well told as a story, and I think.
Aye.
Oh, Stu
dialogue on screen.
Oh, your internet blipped out there, Stu.
Silent protagonist. There you go. Like my internet connection.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was, you know, for what it is, for half an hour. Again, it's free, so there's no investment required, and you know, it's a nice little vignette story. In fact, if we talked about it any longer, we'd probably see the whole thing.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very short.
Go ahead, Stu.
Yeah, that's it. It's pretty good. Give it a play again. It's free to play. It's called Helpless on Steam. It's totally free.
Yes.
Nice.
Let us know what you think. Do you agree with me or do you agree with Duke? There you go. Send us an email to our new email address, which is Chinny. What's the new email address?
It's VG Podcast UK at gmail.com.
That is correct. Yep. You did well there.
Correct.
You did well. Correct, Aruno. So yeah, send us an email. Give it a play. It's 30 minutes of your life. Tell us what you think of Helpless. There you go.
Yeah.
Out to you. It's there. Right, Duke. What else have you played?
So the other game that I've been playing is a little ditty called Immortals: Phoenix Rising, and I am getting close to the end here, people. It's coming down, baby. It's happening. Yeah, it is. I've reached the final. So there's 4 islands, each for one of the gods that you have to sort of save, and I've got them all saved, so they're all in the Hall of the Gods now, and they're bickering with each other and all this stuff. And your brother shows up about halfway through the game, and he's like, I'm working on getting this monster killed, and you're like, what? I'm working on that. And he's like, yeah, but because you thought your brother was dead and all this stuff, and so he's like, no, I got it, don't worry. And then the gods are like, hey, you don't want him to have all the glory, you better go find the glory for yourself. And you're never gonna guess, spoilers for Immortals Fenyx Rising, you're never gonna guess what you find when you have to get to the top of Zeus's mountain for the final boss fight. You're never gonna guess what happens when you get there.
You find Zeus, maybe?
Nope.
No? Oh my
No.
God. Maybe I'm not gonna guess.
Something about your brother.
I don't know. Your
and who
brother's
he's
your
actually
dad?
allied with. Your brother.
No,
what?
he's not your brother. Your brother's Zeus.
Zeus
He's
is
your
your
brother.
brother. Zeus.
Nope.
You gotta
Nope.
fight your brother.
Your brother's working with the bad guy.
Oh my God.
Which I was glad to see, because I thought that the whole point of the story was going to be like, because the gods, it's a pretty weak reason. Your brother's like, I got it, stay here, I'm going to go deal with the bad guy. And then the gods are like, well, you shouldn't let him hog all the glory. Your anger and your desire for, your pride is a good thing. And I'm like, what are you talking about, gods? Shut up. No, pride is not a good thing. That's not a reason to go. So anyway, spoilers for Immortals Fenyx Rising. Turns out your brother's a piece of crap, and you have to beat him before you go fighting the actual monster. And it's a final vault that I'm about to hop into it, and it gives you the thing of, like, on the screen it says, this is your last chance, there's no turning back, you will not be able to load your save after this point, blah blah blah. So I know that I'm really close to the end, but I don't know how much time I'm gonna have to invest. So I got right up to the precipice of it, and then I was like, okay, and maybe I'll do it tonight after the show, who knows. But I'm really close, and it continues to be awesome. The trek up this final mountain has been pretty annoying, because with a lot of the game, the quest will aim you toward a certain area, and then once you get in that area, the quest marker turns into just like quest zone. You're in the zone. And there's no actual pointing you to the actual box you have to open or whatever it is, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a little bit of tricky stuff you have to do there. Well, that's this whole mountain. The whole time in the mountain, you have to just figure it out for yourself, which is fine. I don't really mind that, but they took it a little too far, because they introduced this freezing cold mechanic, which sucks your stamina away. And it's just like, I don't need this shit. And it's not that big a deal, because there isn't much that you need to do when you're, completely no stamina, except run down a path or whatever. But there are moments where you're coasting from this very high cliff to this very high cliff, and along the way there's this little patch of freezing cold air, and so you lose half your stamina and plummet to the ground, halfway to the ground, and you just barely regain your wings, like, in order to hit the edge of the cliff and grab it. And so it's not a big deal, but it's just a little annoying. They a lot of games want to just add one more thing and one more thing. So whatever. I've loved it. It's been awesome. I'm about ready to be done with it now. So 40, 50 hours is a good amount of time.
It is.
But I was thinking about it recently. 44 hours so far, and probably another to get done with the whole thing. But I was thinking about it recently. I can totally see myself playing this again. Like, it's been that fun. And what Chinny said last time about it feeling kind of like Shadow of Mordor, it's got similar kind of vibes for me, like in terms of how satisfying it is and how much I have enjoyed the experience and how much of a badass I am now that I'm at the end. Yeah, I can totally see myself playing again.
Ubisoft are so good at that,
They are. Of course, that was Warner Brothers games, Shadow of Mordor, but they do a good job with it with Ubisoft.
Yeah, but they funny enough, they stole a bunch of code, didn't they, from Ubisoft?
Oh, I'm sure they did. I mean, it basically plays like a Ubisoft game. So.
Anywho,
Immortals Fenyx Rising, awesome sauce. Totally play it if you have any interest. If you felt like Breath of the Wild wasn't quite as much fun as you wanted, give this a try.
There you go.
Because there's no breaking weapons in this.
Take this. Oh no.
Well, as for me, as you know, I've been isolating all week, so I could do pretty much whatever I wanted. So that's what I've been kind of doing. So I've watched loads of TV. I've binging shit.
Yeah, potato chips for dinner. Or
I read three books. I read them.
What? Three books?
I know. In the space of 3 days, I read one a day.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Big head like this bookie book.
So yeah, I read a book a day. That's how
What
quick I was going through 'em. you wouldn't like them. So, there you go.
Okay. Are these like 20-page books on the Kindle?
No, no,
or-
they're all about 500 pages. About four or
Wow.
500 pages long. So
Jesus,
I read.
that's a lot
I
of reading.
started one at about 6 o'clock one night, and I'd finished it by dinner time the following day. So
Damn, that's impressive.
some fun. I used to read.
I've always been
loads.
very slow with reading. I've
No,
always read
I'm a
like
very
30
quick
pages an
reader.
hour, so.
When I first started reading, it's like estimated reading time was like 7 hours or something, 8 hours, and I read it in like 4 hours 20 minutes or something like
Damn,
that.
take that estimated time. bitches.
But yeah, they're kind of weird because I came across. I will talk about this because it's not. If I described it to you, you'd be like, "What?"
Oh wow, sorry, I just remembered. I do have a jingle for it. Oh no, it's been deleted. We're not found on the server. Ah.
Oh no!
Sorry.
Take that! Oh no! Anyway, yes, I listened to a lot of books in the car off Spotify because there's loads
Yeah.
of books on Spotify that you don't have to pay for, by the way.
What
They
you
have-
been reading? Oh, I did find it. What you been reading?
What you been
reading? Yeah, you're welcome. That was worth the wait.
There you go.
Yes.
And the first of these, right, is called A Blossom at Midnight, right?
I don't know. I checked out a second. What the fuck are you talking
He's
about?
talking about books he's reading now.
Books.
I read
right.
some books while I was.
Oh, you've been reading.
isolated.
Right, okay,
So
good.
there's
there
nothing
you
that
go.
you can put on the screen because nobody wants to hear about
No.
Blossom at Midnight.
Oh,
So
I am
Blossom at
grateful that we're
Midnight,
not going to get copyrighted for one
It's a
week.
fantasy.
And
it's-
grateful that we're not dragging the show out.
Well,
'cause
you
know if
asked
I
what it was.
been reading, you know we. I gotta get up in the morning and remember. I'm sorry. Just go ahead.
You asked what
I did
bloody
ask.
book I'd read.
I did. That's true.
For
and
God's
y-
sake, you're so
eventually telling me.
contradictory. You ask and then you're
Yeah, that's me.
Before.
How have you not
I
realized
asked
this
you a
before?
question. Why the hell are you answering it, you dick? Honestly. So yeah, it's called A Blossom at Midnight, the first one.
Yeah, by
which is on
A.L.
Sunday.
Noor.
Yeah, and it's about fairies, and it sounds really bad, but
Ooh.
it's not. Because
Okay.
it kind of like becomes a bit of a Game of Thrones with fairies, and there is a lot of
Well, yeah, that's what everyone's
political-
writing now. Is Game of Thrones.
There's a lot of political shit going down, and you know it's a young adult book, so it isn't an adult's book. But I really liked it, so I've read the other two as well. So I read 3 of these things.
Here's the publishers. They have these huge images on the Amazon page. It's no longer just blurbs. Now you got to have huge images all over here. One earns a coveted place among royalty. Another is imprisoned by her betrothed, while a third
Yeah.
is exiled until he can prove his worth. Can these 3 fae prevent a war?
There you go. But the actual short answer is no. It appears. But yeah, it's really good. So the final installment's out in the summer, so I'll be definitely reading that as well.
Yeah.
It's really good. I like a good fantasy story, I must admit. So there you go.
Yeah.
But anyway, talking of other than that though, I've been playing the shit out of Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah.
And I've managed to play about 35 hours of that whilst isolating.
Oh.
And I'm literally 3 missions from the end of the game.
Still don't
So
think you're going to finish it.
Dude.
Still don't think
Oh,
you're
I'm-
going to finish it.
I'm finishing it tomorrow. I'll finish it in the morning.
Ooh, he's
but-
gonna shove it in your face.
Yeah, I am, because I actually was
Yeah,
trying
but
to
it's
get
taken
it done.
him to get COVID to do it.
Yeah, but you said he wouldn't, and that's different.
Yeah,
from-
but I didn't know he was going to get
It was a
COVID,
bet.
did
We
I?
did have a bet. We had a bet, though, didn't we? What was the bet?
The bet was if you finish it,
Oh, yeah,
I'll
you'll
get
finish.
Tara pregnant.
No. Oh,
You went
shit,
ahead
but
and took
get
care of
your
that
end
just
the
to make
deal.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think you was going to provide a meal for me when I came down. I think that was the.
Well, here's a bag of crisps.
Yeah.
There's a fucking
Mackies.
But anyway, here's the thing, though, right?
Anyway.
This game is really good.
Yeah.
So good.
Best-selling
I
game
must
of
have-
the year, I think, is it?
It's definitely going to be in the top 3. I would have said for sure, absolutely sure. What's the
I
only
just
thing
feel
I
like
would-
Eric's rumbling in the background. I don't think there's
Well, no, I
anything
mean,
else.
just I can't think of anything else that's real big this year so far.
It's not
It's
hardly,
yeah, but
hardly a
just because
fucking
it's
good
big
game,
doesn't
though, is
mean
it?
It's going to be
Not even,
good.
not even Skyrim, is
It'll
it?
still be shit.
No, I'm just saying, like, that was more commentary on what else has come out this year.
Well,
Well, there's-
that
Starfield's
was my
out
point.
in bloody
Starfield's
October
coming
or
out.
September or whatever it is.
Well, no, I meant so far. Like, the idea that it's the best-selling game so far this year.
Resident
No,
Evil 4.
I'm saying it's a
Resident Evil
good game,
4.
though, not necessarily just the
I didn't say
best-selling
it
game.
wasn't.
It's good.
Damn, I'm sorry.
Bre-
my comment was
the new Breath of the Wild is going to fucking
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
stick in.
There's
isn't
that
it?
as
All I
well.
meant
Oh,
was
so many. There is
Between
some
January 1st and today, there hasn't been a whole lot of stuff come out. That's all I meant.
Anyway,
Anyway.
Anyway,
Anyway.
the only thing I would say, it is getting to the point.
It's not the only thing you would say. You say more than that.
Towards the end of the game,
Yes.
a lot of the gear you get is not infinitely better than the stuff you've already got. So at the beginning of the game, you get a lot of, every time you get something, you're like, wow, that's way better than what I've got currently.
Yep.
Towards the end of the game, it's actually, wow, that's way shitter than what I've currently got.
Yeah.
And it's
There's a little bit of that with Immortals that I'm experiencing as well.
And it's only
like
very on the odd occasion where you get some of that's better than, like, it's significant.
But you know what? I'm okay with that because by the time I get to 75% done with the game, I'm done with the whole loot comparing.
Yeah, you've picked
thing.
you've
I got a
picked your
gun I like,
things.
I just want to keep it.
Yeah.
There is that, and I'm fine with that because I'm pretty powered up now. I'm not struggling too much in standard battles. The only other thing I would say is you spend a lot of time brewing potions, growing plants, rearing animals. You've got, I mean,
Shagging sheep.
When you get a fair way into the game, to level up the clothes you're wearing, you have to catch really rare animals in the world and bring them back to your secret room.
Right.
The room of requirement, and when you get them there,
The
you have to
room of requirement.
and then it becomes almost like a Tamagotchi game. So you've got to feed them,
God.
you've got to brush them to get stuff off, and when you've got the stuff, then you can put that into your clothing. You can weave it in with a magic loom. So there's a little bit of busy work in between quests, especially if you're doing any big, story quests, because you've got all your Wiggenweld potions up, or Wiggenweld, I think they are, potions which are like the health packs in effect. But you can carry 25 of these. So when you've got, got all your potions tables going at the same time, you can, and everything's time limited as well, which is a bit annoying. It's almost like a free-to-play game in a way. So like a Wiggenweld takes like 15 seconds to brew, but some of the better potions might take a minute and a half. Plants take about 10 minutes.
Tell you what, if you want to say a string of sentences to make me not play this game,
I know.
You are putting them together
luckily, can I just say, luckily, it's only a very small part of the game.
Good.
When you've got fur off an animal to level up your clothing, it takes another 30 minutes.
Is it any coincidence that this random bit of gameplay is also showing the bit that you're talking about?
Is that really what's happening?
Yeah.
That's well funny because I'm not.
Because he's growing plants and collecting seeds, and I'm not into it. I'm not happy about it.
You don't have to do a lot of that. He's
in some sort of greenhouse.
Yeah. There's a lot of that shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you can you've got to breed the animals as well, so you can get more of them, so you can harvest
Dirty
more
little
shit.
bastards.
Yeah, so you get like a breeding pen.
So it's like the Viva Pinata, basically.
It is almost like Viva Pinata, yeah.
Making little
Viva
animals.
Pinata mini game. Yeah, mini game. Yeah. It's pretty good. And there are male and female animals, so you've got to, when you're trying to get a pair to mate, you've got to fucking hunt them and get one of each, otherwise you can't mate two males or two females or whatever. But that, like I say, that's probably the least enjoyable part of the game for me. But what I've got to say is, and I think out of a lot of, when you play a game and you get like one set of weapons or magic spells that you really like, or you really like using, like you do, you like using the bow all the time,
right
in the game, and that tends to be just what you do then for the rest of the game.
Sure.
I think what this game does really, really well is you can have up to 4 different spell sets at the same time, and you can switch. You can switch between them during battles, and obviously they all have cooldown time. So what you can do is obviously use up one set, switch to the next set, use those up, switch back to that set again. So there's a lot of variation and depth in sort of combat, which I've
Ginny, I'm sorry, we're not seeing the game on the screen in case you think you have it queued up. Go on, Stu.
Which
it's been a while.
Used more than any other game I've played, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think this is really one of the first times that I've played a game where I find I'm not on a fixed style of combat. I'm finding I'm trying
to be fluid.
Yeah, I use this freezing spell because that's really good. And there's like a slowdown spell.
I thought The Witcher 3 was quite good at that.
Yeah, that does a really good job. This is probably the closest to The Witcher 3, a game similar to that I've played since The Witcher 3, where I've got fully into it. I've done loads of side quests, which I'm not really a massive fan of, as you know.
No, you try and blitz games, but then you get distracted.
Yeah, I do. But this one, I've done loads of side quests. Some of them have been pretty good. I mean, there's one where it ends up that you have to meet centaurs in the dark, like in the Forbidden Forest and stuff at the end of it all.
You haven't even done the side quests in Ragnarok, have you?
Nope, didn't do any of that.
They're great.
But I think it's because this reminds me so much more of The Witcher 3 in the way it plays.
It looks like The Witcher, yeah, as well.
It plays like The Witcher 3.
It's Witcher
it's
3.
Like
It's Harry Potter, Witcher 3.
It is. That's pretty much the best description of this game. And the broom is fucking brilliant. It's so good. Like it's so maneuverable. Just traveling to places is just fun. You know, flying over everywhere. The only other thing I would say is that like you can ride animals as well. So I got a hippogriff, which is like a flying. It's like a horse with a eagle's head and wings. So that flies as well. But it's so much slower than the broom. It looks as cool as anything. Don't get me wrong, it looks brilliant. But I've only used it once because as cool as it looks, it's not very quick. So I'm like, why would I want to fly around on that when I can fly on the broom, which is twice as fast? And it might not be. It just feels faster. You know what I mean? It, like when you're on the broom. And then at the end, I've got this horn thing, which is this grab horn or something it's called. This great big, massive, majestic beast. And when you get out, they've done a really good job of like making like when you get something like that, this massive thing, and it's just brilliant. So I can't say how much I've really enjoyed playing this. It's just probably the best RPG I've probably played in the last 5 years since The Witcher 3 came out.
That's saying
so
something.
good. And it's a full-on RPG.
Wait a minute, Breath of the Wild came out after that. Are you saying you like this more than Breath of the Wild?
I probably do. I love Breath of the Wild. Don't get me wrong, but I think this is just more in my wheelhouse.
A lot about this game.
As much as I love Breath of the Wild, and I did, this reminds me a little bit of that as well. To be honest, apart from there's no breaking of weapons and shit. I know. Do you know what else I like about this game? There are no weapons. You know, where like a lot of RPGs, like, oh, you need to get a better sword, or you need a bigger sword, or you need to get a better
you have your little pew pew.
Yeah, but that's the only thing you have. The only thing you upgrade are the spells
you get.
The only thing
you need.
Yeah,
that's
you don't need it. You don't have anything else. Yeah, you just have the wand, and that's it. And it's all about upgrading your clothing, upgrading your spells, and even the level ups just all make sense. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I've leveled up loads of stuff because I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be useful. Like everything seems to be useful. Whereas a lot of the time, I feel like a lot of the level ups you get in a lot of RPGs just feel redundant. You know, almost like, oh yeah, why would I ever level that up? And there's not loads of it either. You know, you're not bombarded with fucking shit you need to level up. It's just like, like even just to fully level up, there's only about 8 things in each section, and that's it. And they're all useful. And everything makes sense. Oh, this game is so well thought out and well constructed.
Yeah.
So good.
We get
I love when Stu gets really into. Oh, it's so great.
It is. And I'll be honest, if you're into Harry Potter, then that's even an even bigger bonus. Because it's every Harry Potter fan's wet dream, this game.
Sure.
Pretty much. The story's a bit throwaway, but other than that, it's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it.
This is
a definite. So that's what we've been playing. I think we're done.
Just play it.
Just play it. Come on.
Play it. It is worth everybody's money to play this game because it's brilliant. Can I just say, actually, one negative thing?
Go ahead.
I'm playing as a female character in this game, and she is a complete sociopath. She has no
from the male character.
Well, I don't know because I obviously don't know what the male character sounds like. It doesn't help. The voice acting. Yeah, it doesn't help. The voice acting's really good. It's not like wooden, but she is very monotone. Like there's one particular mission that stands out where you meet this woman as a stall holder, and she's like, "Oh, my husband's gone missing. He went to messing with the dark arts. He shouldn't have been doing that shit. Can you see if you can find out what happened to him?" So you go off to find out what happened, and he's wearing this special jumper that she knitted, right?
Okay.
So you go to wherever you're told to go, you know, a marker on the map or whatever, and he's been turned into one of these undead creature things, right?
Bloody hell!
Again.
Whoa.
So you kill him, Obs, because he attacks you and shit.
Bell end.
Right.
Goes back to the stall holder, and she's literally goes, "Yeah, I found your husband." And she's like, "Oh, where is he? Is he all right?" And she went, "Well, no, not really. He'd been turned into one of these. Well, I had to kill him." And so almost says it like that, right? And then she's like, "Oh my god, you killed my husband." And then in the next scene,
And
right,
what is she supposed to say?
no,
I'm
but
just
you're
kidding.
like
I
so
know.
like matter of fact, right?
Right.
You're telling this poor woman you've
I
just
had to
killed
kill
her
him.
husband, right?
He begged me for mercy. I mean,
had to kill him,
he was
you know.
crying and calling out for you.
And then the cutscene ends, and she just carries on filling in the ledger in a book like nothing
Hey,
happened.
you
And
know,
I'm
you
like,
got to do the paperwork.
I know. It's like, oh well, he's dead. I guess. Who knew?
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. So it's just that creates this so much of a disconnect with the game when you get scenes like that. But there you
And then
go,
I had
guess.
to beat them to death with their own shoes.
It's honestly that is literally what she talks like. She's very matter of fact. But good voice actress. But fuck me, she is no empathy at all. Complete psycho. And she kills, and she does this thing as well where she goes, every time you kill a poacher, right, and you literally kill these guys, so she's not just stunning them or something, right? And she's like, oh well, that's one less poacher to worry about, right? And but you've just killed 10 of them. You know what I mean? I don't think she realizes how many people she's killing at this point.
Well, there's one less.
Yeah, well, there's definitely one less. There's another fucking 100 less, to be fair. But yeah, she is a complete psycho. No feelings at all.
Good.
Anyway. So that's it, and I will have finished this by this time next week, and my free meal will be on its way next time I go to Chinny's. So there you go.
There you go.
Indeedy doo. Right, we have got one speak pipe, so I guess we should do that first.
Yeah. Hang on a second.
Yeah,
I gotta
we do.
finish this grading thing I'm doing here. Okay, speak pipe. Right, I got it. Terrible towel. Woo! I will read that email from our plow company in just a second. All right, this is from Brian Briggs. So Brian Briggs. 20 seconds. Here we go.
Resident Evil 4 Remake is an instant classic. 10 out of 10 from everyone except for you. Oh, just because it's not in VR, just play it, drop the difficulty level, and play it and love it.
Thank you, Brian. Awesome
That
stuff,
is
man.
a great speak pipe, can I just say.
Speaking of psychopaths, it's a great game.
Oh my god, Brian!
Passion, the excitement.
I'll be honest, I'm a bit worried if I ever met Brian.
Are you a voice actor in Hogwarts? What I like about Brian is he's obviously listened to this show for a while, and he's like, you know what? I've had enough of this shit.
Yeah, let's fucking tell him.
I'm not going to get too worked up about it because I know it won't make any difference.
Yeah.
So for the record, you should play it and love it.
Just play it, you fucking bastards.
Twat. You twat.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Thanks, Brian.
I've got to answer Brian because I know
Of
he's
course
obviously
you do.
directed at me. Well, he's directed at me. What does he want? What do you want? What does he want? I don't know.
You could just say, thanks for the speak pipe. I appreciate your perspective. Let's move on.
Yeah, thanks for the perspective, Brian. But you're wrong, right? And the reason you're wrong, I don't know whether I should be riling Brian up, to be honest, because he might kill me.
I'm standing outside.
No, yeah, I can see you washing up at the sink. No, so the thing is, right, Brian, can I call you Bri? I'm an old person now, right? My reactions aren't what they used to be.
That's why he said to drop down the difficulty level.
You know, I guess. I don't know.
Just drop the difficulty level.
Look, I'm not saying I'm not going to play it because I like Resident Evil 4. I like the VR version. And I'm only saying I liked it because I could shoot people up close and personal in the face, right? And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I'm not saying I'm not going to play it, but I ain't paying 50 quid for this game.
Well, I don't blame you.
So when it's on sale eventually,
when it's on sale, he'll give
I
it a
will
try,
play
mate.
it then, Brian. I'm not saying it's not amazing, because I'm sure it is, but it almost has the same problem as Dead Space. I've played it already, and it's like, I know it's a bit prettier, and you know, there's other shit going on, but it's essentially the same. Yeah, I really disagree with all these like remakes being charged at full price. You see, the other Resident Evil.
Well, one of my students said that it's well worth it, and he loves it, and it's very different from the original. So, for whatever it's worth.
Well, I will give it a go. I will do. I promise. I will play it, but not yet. Not yet. And anyway, I'm going to get told off for keep not finishing games. So there's another reason that I can't keep buying games and playing them.
So
because I just don't finish other games.
in the chat, Sumu says, Chinny, have you seen the Secret Labs desk? you couldn't have picked a worse time to say that to me because I've just bought a desk, and I'm very pleased with the desk. And now I've just seen the secret lab desk, and now I want that, but I can't have that because it's too late. Yeah, I'm not putting together another fucking desk. No way.
Yeah, don't look at it. Don't look at it, Ginny.
Yeah, very cool.
Speaking
though.
of buying things for the office, my keyboard, the S key is sticking, so it's time for me to get a new keyboard. I'm thinking of getting one of these mechanical keyboards. You heard about these? They're supposed to have better reaction and stuff. What? You think they're a bad idea?
For a podcast.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah, okay,
yeah, they make
sense.
a lot of noise.
Sure.
Also, I don't want to name names. I like this person very much, but somebody in my office, the second day he was employed, he had an Amazon delivery to the office.
Mechanical keyboard.
And it was a mechanical keyboard, and everybody went, "Is he going to keep doing that?"
noisy.
And he was like,
Okay, well, good to know.
They are really like.
Did you have to have a chat?
No, I just said like. That's annoying. That's annoying.
That's not
keyboard.
annoying at all.
You know what though? Everybody sort of got used to it, to be honest. But yeah.
See, that's the thing. Is like I'm kind of curious about the novelty of it, but I don't really care about.
It's the tactile. It's satisfying. It's very satisfying. Like,
yeah, but who cares that much? I mean, it's not that important to have a satisfying keyboard.
Everybody needs a dopamine hit.
The only reason I kind of think it might be better is because it's less plastic shit in the world. You know what I mean? Like it's made of metal, and I mean, I'm sure it's got plastic in it.
Put it this way, if I didn't podcast, I would have one.
Yeah.
But
fair enough.
Because what I've got is like it's supposed to be like a silent keyboard. It's not, but it's pretty quiet.
It's closer to.
It's close, yeah. It's like a little bit more absorbent than.
I'll probably just go to Best Buy and get the quietest keyboard they have or something.
Yeah. So
anyway,
it's the sacrifice that I've made,
providing
the sacrifice that I've made providing such top entertainment. I have to have silent keyboard. Yeah.
That's why I got this. Well, I talk a lot when I use the mouse, so you can still hear it, but not quite as much.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's next? Do we have emails?
No, we've got a bit of news. Shall we do the news before we do the emails?
Putting news first.
Guess what, Stu?
What?
I went on a killing spree. I like to kill expos.
All right, okay.
Yeah, you did.
And I saw E3 and I shot it in the fucking face.
Did you? I don't blame you. That's shit.
Because E3 is dead.
Fucking is. It's
dead. It's over. E3 is cancelled.
Yeah, it is.
So no one cares about that.
No one cares about E3 anymore. One time it was a massive.
But it's
thing.
like it's a victim of its time, isn't it? It's like a thing of it's like when you didn't have
you can't
the
be
internet.
mad that big deep TVs are gone. Like
that's basically it. Yeah, it's like I like VHS tapes. I'm like, well, sorry, you're fucked.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's anybody can run a live stream now. Us three idiots are running one every week. Why can't a big corporation?
What do you mean? We've been doing this for fucking decades, Neil.
We've been doing live streams for 9 years.
Yeah, we have.
So that's we were on.
That's the last time I actually edited a show.
We were on the fucking pulse
9 years ago.
9 years ago, like before Twitch went crazy. So
yeah, we were.
Yeah, so it's just the only reason E3 still exists is because people in the gaming industry like getting together and meeting in real life.
Right.
And that isn't financially viable.
Networking, man. Networking, that's what it's all
and they
about.
do that at GDC, and that's great for developers because a lot of good things I'm sure come out of that. But the press, no, I'm sorry, but you've got to pick another event. So it's no great loss to us, the gamers. All the podcasts moan about it, the proper journalists, they all like, oh, it's such a transition.
Everything I saw was like,
but like, we actually don't give a shit because it's better for us, But what I will miss about E3 are the memes. The giant enemy crab, the cringe, the disasters. Look at the bottom of my shoe. You won't get any of that.
I still think the best one was the laser tag thing that Ubisoft did.
Yeah, they just came out with a laser tag thing going, we're doing laser tag now.
It was awful. It never happened. As far as I know, it never happened.
I don't think so. Yeah, but we won't get any of that stuff. That awkward like shit that you used to get, which is But to be fair, the last few E3s, they've been pretty polished.
I haven't even watched them though. To be honest,
we used to watch them, didn't we?
You used to take notes and what did you think of this demo or this fucking?
Yeah, the problem is
trailer?
now is like we have no idea when the next like Sony show is going to be. So you can't coordinate like, oh, let's watch it together and talk about it. It's just like there's a bunch of news that came out. I don't know, what about this? That's all it is now, which is fine, but that's all it needs to be. So I'll miss the memes. I'll miss the funny things that happen at E3. Other than that, I couldn't give a shit. Is EGX still going? Because the people that run EGX, EGX took over at E3.
Well, it didn't. From what I can gather from Dan, it wasn't great last year. He went, I think Dan. Or did Dan not go at all last year?
I don't know.
He has been to a COVID
When you say Dan, you mean Fletch, right?
Yeah, Fletch. He's been to an EGX during COVID times, and he said it wasn't great at all.
EGX London. We're looking forward to welcoming you back to London for a 4-day celebration of all things gaming from the 12th to the 15th of October. Firstly, I'm going to be a dad at that day, so I ain't going.
Yeah, it's definitely not you.
So fuck that. But yeah, I don't know. There's not going to be much. Yeah, we need to do a gathering soon, probably.
We need to do something, but I really am being honest here. EGX is just, I find it a bit like, what's the point anymore?
Maybe next year we'll change our mind.
There's other reasons to come together.
Yeah.
There's like.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll do one like next year when.
But we do need to arrange a get together of some sort because we haven't done one for years now. It's obviously since pre-COVID, so
yeah,
we definitely need to do that. And I'm with you, Chinny, the non-fucking inebriated teetotaler these days.
Yeah,
I haven't had an alcoholic drink now for nearly 9 months since I last drank alcohol. So yeah, there you go. Right, let's do some news.
For example, I can hear Duke typing now. Imagine that with a mechanical.
He hasn't even got a mechanical keyboard.
Yeah. No chance.
Not a chance. Yeah. Right, you ready for the news? Here we go.
Ready for the news. I already played the jingle. I'm not.
I can't remember which talks.
I'm still got I still got Hogwarts on the fucking stream, so I'm just out of whack.
Well, and E3 going away is news, so we've been talking about news.
So here's the first bit of news
next
this week,
story.
And you might know about this. But The Last of Us Part 1's long-awaited PC port is shit.
Yeah. It's not good. It's not good.
I hadn't heard that.
It's been absolutely slated on
awful,
Steam.
Yeah, The Last of Us.
In fact, it almost to the point of it's unplayable.
Mm-hmm. There has been a patch for it, though.
There's been a lot of patches for it, but apparently it's still crashing regularly for a lot of people.
The reviews right now are mixed, which is...
Yeah, it just doesn't run very well. And apparently it's because the company that they use to do the port isn't the in-house company that they normally use.
Oh, dear.
So they have a company that's done all the other ports for all the Sony games. And they actually purchased them, so they bought them out so that they would work solely for Sony. So a lot of people are like, why on earth would you give it to this other company to do when everyone else has, done such a great job?
Yeah.
So anyway, they are patching it at the moment, and they keep trying to make it work better. But overall, it's still a bit shit.
It's hard to find an example of the game basically being broke on YouTube.
Well, you're not likely to find a lot of footage of broke.
I'm just trying to find.
It's just constantly crashing. Apparently, a lot.
Show
of the
a dumpster
time.
fire.
Oh yeah, no, I've found some. So yeah, there is some, and it does look rough. Okay.
Fraser said trash port. Damn, buddy.
Fucking rude.
Hey, that's my best friend you're talking about there.
Steady.
And why didn't you answer my thing on the Seal Podcast Twitter feed? Do y'all say tuck in Canada?
He answered it on the show. They answered it.
Well, see, I haven't had a chance to hear that yet.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Okay.
So yeah, in
real
addition,
quick, what's the answer?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Tuck in people.
Wow,
But
that's crazy.
In addition to the crashing, There's a glitch where characters just are wet for no reason, apparently.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of glitches.
So I'm showing. It's on the stream now. Yeah. Some of this is pretty bad. Yeah, they're all wet. Yeah, they're all wet on the cutscene.
Wet for no reason.
So funny.
Apparently, it's just so rough.
That's so funny.
How difficult is it to do this sort of stuff? You know what I mean? It's
well, we don't know. That's the thing. Is it may be that
Can we just stop and talk about how fucking hilarious that is? Like, there's a normal cutscene taking place, not gameplay, cutscene. They're all just talking inside, and they're all dripping wet.
Dripping wet. They are dripping
That's
wet.
so funny.
But can you imagine now
if you, of the moment a
if you paid £60 for this?
And had 10 years of people telling you it's the greatest game of all time, and then you have this shit.
Here's the thing that gets me with all this sort of stuff, right? And it applies to not just ports. It applies to new games. It applies to all sorts of shit, right? If you went to watch a movie and halfway through the movie just stopped, you would be like, no, give me my money back. That's the end of this. And I know that they've got a refund policy now, so that
a very good Steam is awesome about
they
refunds.
have, but that film would never get to the movie. It would never get to the movie theaters in that state where halfway through it would just stop.
Well, we know why this has happened, though, right? Obviously.
Well, yeah, because in a movie theater, you have one machine that everybody uses.
No.
When you put out a game on the PC, there's a million different setups and different scenarios that people have.
No,
it's a graphics
it's
card
because
here.
the fucking game hasn't been optimized properly, and it should never have been released in this state.
Right, but what I'm saying is, half of the users at least are having a perfectly fine experience.
Yeah, but we know why this has happened, though. Like,
tell us why you think it happened.
Because they've tried to release it in a rush to line it up with the show.
Well, yeah, sure, exactly.
There is no other reason. Some guy or gal went, release that shit now, and the developer's like, no, it's broke. Everybody's soaking wet. It's a fucking mess. I don't care. Get that shit out now. And they released it, and it's dog shit. And
you see, it's like, I'll give you a good example. No Time to Die, the James Bond film, should have released in the middle of COVID or whatever. And they went, you know what? It's probably a bad time to release this film. Let's wait until COVID's over and we can fill a theatre out. The same thing should happen in this game.
It's also a bad time to release a movie where they release a virus amongst people that can selectively pick people from their gender to their...
That is true. That is also true.
And also, they shouldn't release it because Rami Malek's performance is pretty bad and the character's badly written, but, that's a different thing.
But, for fuck's sake, make sure games are ready to release when you release them.
That'll tell them, Stu.
Fucking sort your shit
out. You got them now. So Fraser,
in international gaming news, game developers have all decided to get their shit together.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got an interview with a developer now. Well, I was gonna not get my shit together, and I was listening to this stupid fucking podcast with this northern.
Congratulations to Chinny and Tara, by the way.
British guy. I have a congratulations to Chinny. He said get your shit together, and I really turned up for work the next day. Hoss is in the chat. He says, "Hello, gentlemen."
Hello. Thank the Duchess for her beatboxing.
By the way, Luke was in the chat earlier saying evening, and I don't know whether he's still around, but I'm meeting him in the flesh on Saturday, Luke, for the first time. Because it's Adam's 21st party, and we've been invited. So I did say to Adam, look, if he wants an autograph or anything, I'll take a marker pen with me. I'll sign his shirt.
Because you've got those headshots of you that you can sign.
I can sign those. Give him one of them.
Like posing, Brent style.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. We have got some other news.
Yes.
Other than The Last of Us being broken.
Other than The Last of Us being shit. Yeah.
Yeah. X-Files apparently is being rebooted. Did you hear about this?
I'll tell you what. Which one's the woman? Is it Mulder or Scully? Which one's the woman? Scully.
No, Mulder. It is Mulder. It's the Mulder
is it?
effect. No. Scully. No, Scully effect.
It is Scully.
Sorry, my bad. You're right.
She's aged well. She looks
great. Gillian Anderson is a good
anybody hasn't
woman.
seen, you need to see the movie Hellcab. It's her best job ever.
I saw her when I saw her recently. I was like, That's her from it. She has not aged. How was she not aged? She looks she almost looks better than she does back then. Crazy.
She's a good-looking one.
Yeah.
She was in a British TV show, like a cop thing.
Get
I can't remember what it
fucked.
was, but she was really good in it.
An
What's the name
actress.
of the show? That's
An
a weird
actress.
name.
No, in a British TV show, though, not like an American thing.
Right. Welcome to the new British TV show.
That's pretty
Get
much
fucked.
what he was like.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what he was like. So there's that. Anyway,
An actress can cross the pond and be in a
I
different
know.
show in a different
Unbelievable.
country.
Get out of here.
Get fucked.
Hogwarts Legacy is already the best-selling game of 2023.
Well, it ain't hard, is it?
That many games.
It ain't hard. It's only
Hey,
fucking,
it's good games.
it's
There's other games
fucking
coming out.
it's only fucking April.
Whoops.
And then the last bit of news, and I don't know how Duke's going to react to this because I think he's going to be very disappointed. Can I just say?
What's that?
PlayStation VR 2 is apparently selling really badly. So yeah.
Sorry,
it's
what's
not-
selling really badly?
The PlayStation VR 2.
Oh, VR 2. I thought you said the PlayStation 2. I'm like, what? Why? Huh?
No.
No, that's
I would
all-
imagine it's selling
The,
badly.
the PlayStation 2 sold very well.
I
dude.
didn't even know it had launched, to be honest. I
Yeah,
didn't realize this thing
yeah.
had come out.
No one gives it.
That's
No one
why
does.
it's selling badly, 'cause no one knows about it, man.
I don't think Sony know that it came out.
I don't think they did.
Like,
They-
I
they-
just
they-
think-
they actually
was that-
advertised
Hey
this
guys,
thing.
did you hear we released this VR 2?
I know.
Was that this week? Like, oh shit.
I've been so busy trying to get my shit together since Stu told me to.
So this is how badly it's doing. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, because let's be honest, the original PlayStation VR fucking sold like, like hotcakes. Every fucker wanted one.
Yeah.
I
Or
mean,
as
so
the
much
rapper
so,
Jadakiss says, hot flowers.
Yeah, so much so that I bought one and then sold it for more than I paid for it to CEX.
Yeah, 'cause you're a shrewd
which is just
businessman as
completely
well.
unheard of. So I got more money than I paid by trading it.
All
in.
right. Yeah. You are fucking Alan Sugar. Carry on.
I am fucking Alan Sugar.
Yeah.
Anyway, they claimed that they wanted to ship at least 2 million PlayStation VR 2 units in the first launch quarter.
Yeah.
And they've sold around 270,000.
Well, that's what happens
so
when you
far.
don't like put any effort into the launch of a new hardware. Like, you'll...
But I think it's partly that, but I think it's also the cost of this.
and
thing.
also there's fuck all on it.
No,
They
there
need
isn't.
a Half-Life Alex on there or something to do it.
I'd said from the start they should have gone in. I mean, they've had Steam, Valve games on there before.
They should have called up Gabe and said,
They
"Listen,
fucking
Gabe,
should have
put
done.
down your
What
sword
will it
collection, you
take?"
fucking weirdo, right? And let me have Half-Life Alex." And he would have gone, "Nah." And then you would have gone, "Here's some money." Then he would have gone, "Yeah." And then you would
Yeah.
have done it. Done.
I genuinely think they've massive misstep.
Misstep.
They really needed to have something massive on this at launch.
They fucked up.
And let's be honest, it is not cheap. Do you know how much it is for one of these?
It's
By
like
any chance?
550 quid or some shit like that, isn't it?
529 quid.
Is it more expensive than the fucking console itself?
And you have to have a console to make it work.
So you basically,
it's not like a
you're
Quest
a
where you just
grand.
stick it on your head and go for it.
You've got to invest in £1,000 if you don't have a PS5.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck that.
It's like a lot of this shit going on these days, and this is slightly unrelated, but like in DJing now, right? If you go down the Serato route now,
Yeah.
Serato for about 90 quid, the full pro, like software, about £90 when I first got my DJ decks and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
To get the same stuff as I've got now costs about £500.
Yeah.
So
all
if
going
you,
up.
if you invest in a controller to get the full thing, if you're going down the Serato route, it's going to cost you near £1,000 if you get a half decent controller.
Yeah.
It almost doubles the cost of entry. You know what I mean? It's just
Bloody
madness.
madness.
It's just mad how much they're charging for shit these days.
Crazy.
It is. Anyway, let's move on with the news. Final bit of news is, GeForce have announced their 4070. 4070, so we're up to this
Speaking
now.
of paying a fucking arm and a leg for everything.
Yeah. And it's going to retail. I think this is actually pretty good, if I'm being totally honest.
Yeah, go on.
It's going to retail at $599.
No, it's still ridiculous.
I don't know. I think that's pretty good.
But
for what
also,
you're gonna
Stu,
get.
like, do you fucking need one?
No, do I thought? I mean, I built this PC 4 years ago now.
Yeah,
3-4 years, and it still runs pretty much everything. So
I've got I think I've got a 1080 in my PC.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine. Now,
Yeah.
I know I'm not running everything at high specs, and if I really wanted to, I could probably get like a 3080 or something like that to kind of upgrade to and like buy some. And then that would probably do me well. That 3080.
Well, I've got a 2060 in this, and it still runs pretty much everything fine.
You don't need this shit. Stop it. You don't
it's a lot of
need
money.
a secret lab desk. You don't need a secret lab desk.
No, you
Ginny.
don't. No, you don't need
But
it,
I'm
Ginny.
gonna buy one. They are.
No, you're not.
No,
you're not.
No, they're expensive.
Right, okay, that's it for the news. So let's do the couple of emails we've got, and then we'll get the hell out.
We need more emails, so send the fucking emails.
We've got two.
Whoa, that ruled.
So the first email this evening is from James Bevan.
James Bevan.
Jimmy, little Jimmy. And he says this, he said, hope you're all well. Are you guys going to start selling merch at all?
Oh.
Well, it was meant to be happening. Who knows? Chitty was on that about 6 months ago.
I know.
And what's he been doing? Nothing. He's sitting around.
No. He's had his thumb up his ass, so we don't know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry. Like, I haven't had
So lazy.
my PC for 7 weeks. I have had a MacBook Pro, so it's not like I've not been on a laptop, to be fair. It's just not been on my radar at the moment. Yeah, I know. I need to be pushed.
I agree. Look, Chinny, I agree with what you're saying to an extent, but
To an
we're talking
extent.
about 6 months
No,
ago.
I know.
It's not in the last 7 weeks.
And I've got all the designs. The one thing that happened that I did very briefly mention was the person that was doing them was shit.
Oh dear.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we had some stuff.
You mean the company, not the person who was
No,
doing
well,
the
it's
design?
well, it's a guy basically, right? But like,
It's a
he.
dude.
Don't mean the person doing those designs, because the designs look cool.
No, the
So you're
designs
not
are great.
saying-
The designs
So what
are
you're
great.
saying is he's not as good as Steve.
No, I mean,
in the US of A.
I mean, like the
Yeah.
quality of the prints and the quality of the hoodies.
Right.
Because we had some for work, like for where I
Yeah.
work, through this guy, and I was like, oh, this guy's all right. We'll get some through work. We got a few, and we wasn't happy with them, so we're like, kind of like, yeah, we'll get some more, and we're never going to use them again. So I do have another person that I know. Well,
In the
it's
pipeline.
basically a customer of mine that they don't do print, but they do in-house print for their own company, and
Right.
I know them really well. They're really nice, but I don't know the printing people very well. I've said a lot to them. So all I've got to do really is send them an email and say, oh, can I have all these prints and stuff? And I just haven't done it. So to an extent, yeah, look, I could have done that in the last 6 weeks, definitely. But I suppose that and moving house and pregnant and, you know, all that sort of stuff has sort of took over. So yeah, I'll get back on it. Yeah, and I look, I'm sort of struggling how to sort of get, because what I want to do is everybody on Patreon should get one. So I've got to like sort of organise that. But also, like, if people just want to buy them outright, how do we do that? I have no idea. So if anybody has any ideas of how to like put this on some sort of platform, I don't like the things where you sort of they get made as people order them. I don't know why. I'm just thinking about just shipping them out myself, but because they're really expensive services, I think. Unless
I can't imagine there's going to be loads of people wanting to buy
It
something.
makes life easier for us if we do it that way, but it makes life harder for them.
Yeah, and I think that you get ripped off a bit if you do it that way as well. So like,
totally.
Like people have to pay
paying
like
for the
30 quid for
fact that
a fucking.
you have no minimum batch
yeah,
number.
yeah, for like a hoodie. Whereas all I'm really asking for is like to cover
The
costs.
actual price of the hoodie.
Yeah, I'm not really that bothered. Like we're not.
We're not here to make money, are we?
Well, we are from the Patreon,
Speak for
but like,
yourself.
you know, whatever.
Yeah, from Patreon.
But,
Anyway, he does carry on. He said, I would very much like a Veteran Gamers mug or a car sticker with "Fuck this game."
Give us some money!
yeah, car stickers is something that I've never even thought of doing.
Mr. Hero can get us those.
Or Duke's whole rant on the Heavy Rain would be funny to see a massive angry quote on the back of someone's car, people behind stuck in traffic.
Well,
reading
that's a
what the fuck
17
was
paragraph
that all
thing.
about?
You can get those T-shirts that have like quotes on them and they're quite long. You know what I mean? They have like the whole thing on the T-shirt.
That would be ridiculous.
So like, yeah, I'd have a look at that.
That would be funny.
It would be funny. That's a good idea.
Random email over anyway. So keep up the good work, Mint Save. So
thank you, Mint Save. That's a good idea. So if somebody did like contact the show like years ago, and he supplied like mugs and stuff. I think his name was Nick. I forget. But I don't know how to get hold of him again. I don't know. So he must listen to the show.
He did. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, we've
had some really cool. He did really cool.
Yeah.
Mugs
So I'd use him if he wants to do it.
He made your wedding mugs.
Yeah, I know. Like, so I just need to get that guy. But he might not listen anymore. People move on, don't they? I don't know.
Yeah, they do.
So like, but he might be listening. But he might listen in 6 months' time. So I have no idea. So he could do them if he wants. But like this company that it basically is my customer that has in-house printing, they would do a really good job because their stuff is really, really good. So and I can just go and pick it up myself. Do you know what I mean? It's just like it's only like 20 minutes away. So. Yeah, I could just pick it up myself. So
that would be a lot easier, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so I might do that.
You're taking out the middleman.
Yeah, so yeah, that's. I just haven't done it. That's the excuse because my wife is pregnant and I've moved house.
Yeah, right. Second email this evening is from Tainted Brain, and he says this: "Hey all,
hello,
hey
all, howdy." Someone I follow on Twitter has really been tweeting about songs that mean a lot to her. So it got me thinking, if you could listen to only one song for the rest of your life, what song would that be?
That'd be difficult.
One song for the rest of my life.
One song for the rest of your whole life.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Because, you got to have different things during different times of your life.
I have phases of songs, like, like, I like this.
I don't want to listen to the
songs.
same thing going into school as I do coming home from school.
Like, I'm in a sort of Nirvana phase at the moment where I'm listening to a lot of Nirvana, and I haven't listened to Nirvana for years, and I was listening to, like, Elvis, like, the other week for no reason. I don't know why, but, like, so I drift off on stuff. I suppose... I mean, Bohemian Rhapsody, you get value for money.
You do. It's a long tune.
It's a long
How about
tune.
Blue Room from the Orb? That's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, I like the Blue Room because it's almost an album, but it's the longest single in the Guinness Book of Records.
Yeah, but it's a very repetitive song.
Yeah.
It's ambient, isn't
another
it?
song on, you might have pretty...
I suppose you got to pick a song that you don't think you'll get sick of.
Well, you see, if it were me, I think I'd probably go for Strange Love by Depeche Mode. Because I think that just exemplifies, like, not my youth, because I was probably a little bit older than that at that point when that came out, but just such music for the masses for me is still one of my favorite all-time albums. And that song in particular is just, and I've been to see Depeche Mode twice in concert and was disappointed both times because they never played it. And I'm like, I fucking love that song. I think other than that, if it was a house tune, right? So if it was a dance tune, I'd probably go for Cafe Del Mar by Energy 52 because that again is such a fucking classic tune. So yeah, those would be my two. But I know
I'm probably thinking something by Public Enemy or something like that I could rhyme along with. Yeah, it's got to be something that stayed with me over the decades because I'm not picking something that I just fell in love with recently because I might get sick.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
There's a song that sort of means a bit to me. It's like, and you're not gonna like because it's Kanye West, but like Kanye West's there's a song that he has.
I don't have any problem with his music.
No, he's got a song called Drive Slow, right?
Yeah.
And I suppose the whole song is about sort of just take your time, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
it's fine. And I was literally driving around lost when I was listening to it. I was lost in the middle of Leeds, lost. And I was like, I don't know where I am. I was panicking, and the song came on, and it was all about just chill out. And that stayed with me for years.
Drive slow.
Yeah, and it was literally, and I was laughing. I was like, it's funny because it's like I do need to calm down, but I also need to drive slow to read these numbers on the houses.
Yeah,
and it's sort of like it's a song that's always like just take your time, don't rush. It's a good song as well. So that's probably one.
Actually, I've just thought of another song that I would probably definitely have up there as a potential one. "Summertime" by the Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff.
It's a good song
because that for me epitomizes just chilling out in the summer. Yeah. Such a great tune. I just love it. It is perfect. It is the perfect summer song.
If someone said like pick your favorite song ever, I'd probably pick like House of the Rising Sun by the Animals.
It's a good tune.
I do love that song.
Really good.
So yeah, that's probably like one.
Yeah, it's a good pick, man. Really good pick.
Wow. But it's tough, isn't it? Because
it's tough. There's so many great songs, and we're all
phases.
We are all into music, so it makes it even tougher. You know, it's not like we just listen to a bit of. We listen to all sorts of music.
Yeah.
So it's tough. It's always tough. But thanks for the email. I like that sort of question. Anyway, he says, any plans for the 700th episode?
Talking to people.
I've only just like got back to normal. I haven't even thought about how close we are. We're 9 weeks away, aren't we?
9 weeks away. So we need to get our thinking caps on. But anyway, we will come up with something as we always do. Probably nothing really. Just get people on like
for the 1,000 show. Shall we just go to America, Stu? Shall we just go?
I think we should just do that.
Go to Duke's house and just do it there.
Yeah. Anyway, he continues. I've been racking my brain to come up with an answer, and I can't. My taste in music is more indie rock, think Pixies, etc., and punk. But I would think it would have to be some trance music, just something I could vibe along to.
Vibes.
Sure.
Vibes. Thanks for all these shows. P.S. Did you know that at DJ No Clue 1 has some great mixes for trance and indie rock on his channel?
I did hear that, yeah.
True. It's totally true. Good. There's some good shit on that channel, can I just say? Yeah, look him up. Look him up, DJ No Clue on Mixcloud. He plays some good fucking DJ sets. Anyway, I don't know who it is, by the way, but he's great.
You got it, Frank.
Yeah, did you get it? Did he buy my book?
We understand.
Yeah.
Did you get it? And that's it for emails. So I guess it's time to do some shout-outs. And oh no, stop right there.
A speak pipe.
No, we've done the speak pipe. We've got a Twitter question though.
Oh,
I did ask for Twitter. We got one.
Since I've played that.
Hit it! Saw a pretty girl just the other day. She winked and she smiled, walked across my way. I couldn't figure out just what to say, so I twittered it. Twittered it.
So
we need more tweets and emails, please.
Yeah, we do. We've not met. I did put a tweet out early today and said, send us some questions. Right, we got one, so that's brilliant, and it's from Eth. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's ETH. I'm guessing it's Eth.
Yeah.
He said, if you had to pick one genre of game that sums you up, what would it be?
Open world role playing game.
There you go. Genie?
It sums me up. Like, how can you?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I said open world role playing game because that's the genre I've loved most. But if I had to explain it, I would say, I like having choice. I've got a big story to tell, and there's a lot to do when you talk to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I think like a linear third person action game, so like an Uncharted or a Last of Us.
Yeah,
it's probably
I'm pretty much the same. I'm sort of single player.
Yeah,
narrative sort of story.
Closely followed by like an open world sort of third person game, like Spider-Man or GTA or Red Dead. So, yeah.
I'm into the stories, man. Give me a narrative. Although to be fair, Hogwarts ain't got much of one, and I'm really enjoying that as well. So who knows?
Who knows?
Who fucking knows anymore?
So I'll say GTA.
There you go. He says, love the show. I've only been listening for a couple of years, so I've got some serious catching up to do.
I thought he was going to say a couple of weeks. I was like, a couple of years.
Well, it could be true.
That's how old this fucking show is now.
I know, yeah. Thanks for responding, though. It's great to get responses. Right, that really is it. So we do need to do some shout-outs and get the hell out of here.
Cool.
Yeah, we do. Come on, y'all. What the heck?
Well, I guess first, look, I'm going to go first.
It's time for a shout-out. Hey!
Massive shout-out to Chinny and Tara for, making a baby.
Yeah.
It's a big thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
You ready to be a dad?
Sure.
No one's ready to be a dad.
Well, you know.
You think you are, man.
Well,
yeah, no one's ever ready.
It's gonna be hell.
It won't be.
That's what everybody. It's gonna be great, and then you have it, and it's like, oh my god, you're fucked.
Well, Wanda Sykes said that people always say, it's so much trouble having kids, but they're worth it. And she said, but they never look at you when they say they're worth it. They are always looking down, but they're worth it.
Yeah.
And then when she had some kids, she said, I said in the past that they ruin your life, and I was right.
Yeah.
But then they give you a new life, she said. So.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So, do you want the best bit of advice anyone ever gave to me, Ginny?
I'm sure
I'll give it to you.
Everyone. That's what new parents always want, is lots of advice.
Yeah.
It's the best bit of advice.
No one's
right?
given it yet.
Yeah.
It's surprising.
So this is the best bit of advice I can give you. You fit the baby into your life, not your life around the baby.
So I'll feed you in 2 hours. I'm playing this video game.
No,
That's how you fit the
seriously,
baby
that
into
is the
your
best
life.
bit of advice I can give you.
Give us an
Don't-
example of what that looks like.
So, for instance, we used to feed, no demand feeding, man, none of that bullshit. You feed at regular intervals and then you get into a nice pattern so that when you do go out, you're not having to suddenly feed the baby. Honestly, the routine is
Got
the
it.
fucking
So
best thing.
put the baby on my back when I'm playing snooker. Got it.
That is
Yeah.
a great example.
Got it.
Right there. So you fit the baby.
Bring the
into
baby
life.
to the snooker club. Right.
Yeah.
Take the baby
Yeah.
to the snooker club.
Yes. Yes. Got it.
Great.
So there you go. That's
Nailed
a
it.
great example.
Any other shout outs there?
I don't know. No, I think that's about as good as it gets. All the people who
Okay.
contributed this week. There you go.
Yes, I will shout out Amar, because he's always fun on the WhatsApp, and I will shout out everybody in the chat. Haas, GV, Fraser, James, Chill Robots, Luke Rooney, James, Soul Brother #1, Daniel, Bed Kober, Ian, Hardly Dan, and Blake Gaylord. And the Duchess is making. I didn't tell you about the Duchess. Came in one night from the barn and mentioned that the goat had a bloody hoof. There was blood everywhere. I was like, oh my God. Apparently it got caught on something. And so we had to go running out at 11 o'clock at night and go patch up the goddamn goat hoof. And
See, this is like where you say you don't have kids, do but you do. You have like goats
Yeah,
and
you have
chickens.
bloody
and-
goats.
we literally
chickens.
have kids.
Yeah, you do.
The Duchess
More.
has kids. I don't really have to deal with it that much, but it was a heck of a moment. So yeah, shout out to the Duchess for dealing with the bloody goat hoof,
There you go.
and shout out to Chinny and Tara for having a kid.
Yeah, of course. Ginny. Hey, talking to goats, kid. Get it?
Yeah, that was the joke I said when we literally have kids.
I see what you did there. Right, Ginny.
Fascinating. Yeah, thanks for the kind words. I've been looking forward to telling you guys, so that's fun.
Yeah, it was very exciting, and I definitely you need to freeze frame Duke's face. You need to find that and
Yeah, I'll
freeze frame
find the
it and
clip.
take a picture.
So yeah, I know I've ruined my life, but I'm quite happy to, because
you're at an age where you can. You're 37, man.
I gotta
It's
do
fine.
something about it. So yeah, thanks to the SEAL Team podcast for having me on. I was on the SEAL Team this week. So officially, that was the first podcast that I did using my new Wi-Fi, but I did it on my Mac. I didn't have all this. So, yes, and fuck off.
Fine.
That's a great place to end the show.
Fine.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
If you like this podcast, there is another site you should check out, which is called VGHub.net.
And who knows how long? What's good on that?
Yeah, what is the
website?
point of going
Probably
there anymore?
Expired links. I don't know. Anyway.
All right, show's over. No refunds. You heard the robot. Get out.
You want to take over running that site, Stu?
No, do I hell? I don't want anything to do with that pile of shit.
Fair enough. Then you don't get to criticize.
There's nothing on it anymore.
Well, there's like 4 links.
Is it really? Is it really 4 links that
Something
actually
like
work
that.
now?
Well, I'm not saying there's 4 links that work. I'm saying there's 4 links. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Anyway, I'm going. Congratulations again, Ginny. I will leave you lot to get your shut eye
Yeah.
and whatever. Because
Yeah.
Ginny, You're definitely gonna need.
Oh, you're gonna be so tired, Chili. You're gonna be so tired. You're gonna be so tired, Chili. You're never gonna sleep again. You've ruined your life.
You know what? I think having a kid's not that tough. Everyone makes a big deal.
Yeah, see someone like you to
I love saying that when people are about to give birth, especially like I hear giving birth isn't really that difficult.
Doesn't even hurt.
No.
Yeah.
Apparently, you just sneeze hard enough, it just pops out.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you see that thing? There's a TikTok. Go ahead, Stu. Good night.
I'm going. Bye.
All right.
See you later.
Bye.
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 There was a TikTok of these women talking about the worst part of giving birth is the constipation. Like it's the worst constipation ever. And this one woman talked about she literally got a spoon and tried to unblock the passage.
Yeah.
Tell Tara to look forward to that.
No, Tara was talking about that very thing, like not a spoon, but like constipation.
She's ready for it.
But we were talking about it as we was walking back. We just went to the shop today, and as she said the word, this jogger went past us, from behind, so we didn't see him. And then
hearing.
Yeah, and then we just burst out laughing because we just
constipation.
Kind of
what must he have heard?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
So fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, good luck. Have a good week.
Thank you, mate.
I'm gonna go try to finish up some of these gradings, and I'll talk to you again soon.
All righty.
See ya.
Bye.